Time for the Catch-A-Slaw Health Report. Patrick Maroon, Derek Forbert, Matt Pastrnak, all on long-term injured reserve for the Bruins. Catch-A-Slaw, the official law firm of the Boston Bruins, has won over $2 billion for its clients. When you're injured and can't work, turn to Catch-A-Slaw. There's no fee unless you win. Go to catchaslaw.com to schedule your free consultation today. Tim McCone has your Sports Hub headlines next. On the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins radio network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealers.
Spring is in full bloom, and that same yellow pollen that cakes cars also clings to your clothes. Now you got your washing machine working overtime, and it needs some help. Enter a Fresh Appliance Care, the one and only washing machine cleaner made by the people who made your appliance. A Fresh Appliance Care powers away stubborn residue to help revive appliance performance. And right now, a Fresh products are on sale. Shop now for a Fresh Appliance Care on Amazon.
Trying to get home to stream that highly anticipated series finale? Well, it may take longer with T-Mobile 5G home internet. You could be stuck with slower speeds during the busiest hours because you share your network with cell phone users. Why deal with that? Switch to Cox Internet with 2 times faster download speeds than T-Mobile 5G home internet during peak hours. Plus, Cox offers free panoramic Wi-Fi equipment and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Why not switch? Visit cox.com/5G home for details. T-Mobile prioritizes certain T-Mobile phone users over home internet users during times of congestion.
No tienes que esperar a que te paguen para finalmente invitar a tus papás a comer. Solo te tiene que salir una oferta de sus favoritos en el McDonald's app. Ahorra con el app. Para pa pa pa. En McDonald's participantes.
The games play here.
Here's Nieto. He'll scramble in, feed to the high slot. Carlson sent it out in front. Nieto a shot, and that tip denied by Omar, who scrambled left to right. Bruins crash to the front, left of the net. Coyle out in front. Gets Gibson out of position. He scores! Charlie Coyle with a dangle. Sneaks it inside the near post with Gibson down and out. Bruins 7, Ducks 1.
You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub. Stay tuned for more.
BackstageCountry.com, your online home for all things country music. Picking 5 of Carrie Underwood's best music videos was no easy task. But after some debate, we landed on 5 we believe rise to the top. Did Carrie's 2014 hit Something in the Water make our top 5? Find out when you text Carrie to 45911 and scroll through the list on BackstageCountry.com. Text Carrie to 45911 to get your eyes on our favorite Carrie Underwood music videos.
The only place to hear the game, the Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines.
All right, we are just minutes away from puck drop between the Bruins and the Lightning. Linus Ullmark getting the start in net tonight for Boston. In the NFL, Adam Schefter reporting that Jadeveon Clowney has reached agreement on a 2-year, $20 million deal worth up to $24 million from the Panthers. Red Sox begin their season tomorrow night on the road in Seattle. Brian Bale getting the start for Boston. First pitch set for 10:10. Elsewhere in Major League Baseball, the Dodgers and catcher Will Smith have reached agreement on a 10-year, $140 million contract extension. The 28-year-old was set to hit free agency after the 2025 season. And in the NBA, the Celtics are off tonight. They're back in action tomorrow night when they take on the Hawks in Atlanta. Sports Hub headlines brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com for 15% off your drive-through oil change at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. I'm Tim McCone and Jen Bob. Take you around the NHL next in the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealer.
If your lawn looks more like a desert than an oasis, then you know that lawn care isn't easy. If it were, everyone would do it, as well as True Green does it. In just 3 easy steps, True Green's online tools help customize a treatment plan for you. And it's all backed by the True Green Guarantee. Go to truegreen.com today to start your 3 easy steps and save 50% off your first application. It's time to trust your experts at True Green. Live life outside.
Before Shopify, were you wondering, where are my sales at? Now you're selling with Shopify, the global commerce platform supercharging your selling. You have no problem selling online, in person, on social media, and beyond. Gary, easy on the cha-ching.
Oh, sorry, but my Shopify sales are through the roof.
Start selling with Shopify today and discover how millions of businesses around the world use Shopify to ignite their selling. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/listen. Shopify.com/listen.
Men, women, and children in South Central Indiana are experiencing hunger. You can help. Provide a nourishing meal and care to end someone's hunger for just $2.08. When their hunger ends, many individuals at Wheeler Mission find the strength they need to overcome homelessness and other challenges through our residential programs. Your support through a meal can help restore lives. Give a life-changing meal and care today for just $2.08. Visit WheelerMission.org to help now.
Get a great offer on the stylish HR-V or the Honda Civic, which car and driver called fun to drive. Honda, the brand name Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com best value brand for 2023. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.9% APR on a 2024 Honda Civic or HR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic SI and Type R car and driver January 2023 based on 2023 brand inventories from Kelley Blue Book. Visit KBB.com for more information.
Felger and Maz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub.
Time for Beersy and me to take a look around the National Hockey League. Last night, the Rangers were the first team to clinch a playoff spot.
Fox dangles the blue line, leaves it back for Trocheck, back to Fox. Fox rips a shot and scores! Adam Fox in overtime! And the Rangers win a wild game, 6-5, 100 points. They clinch a playoff berth for the third consecutive year.
Yeah, big game there between, especially for Philadelphia Flyers, right? They're still fighting for a playoff spot. The Flyers managed to get 1 point out of this game. It was a wild third period between these two teams. Panarin goes over 100 points here in this game. But the Rangers get that goal by Fox in overtime, get the 6-5 win over the Flyers, and for now the Flyers stay ahead of the Washington Capitals. We're going to get to that game in a second because Washington continues to win here in this in the Eastern Conference and is bearing right down on Philadelphia. Flyers are hanging on right now in third in the Metro Division, but the Capitals do have 2 games in hand and only 1 point back.
Let's head north of the border. Sheldon Keefe not happy after the Leafs 6-3 loss to the Devils.
It was just really immature all the way through our game. I thought it was immature from our most experienced players and our leaders. And then our players who are immature, our inexperienced guys. I mean, we made lots of mistakes here today. First period, Bobby McMahon gives up a 2-on-1, doesn't do his job there. And Holmberg and Isaac get caught on 1 goal. Our fourth line, Camphor out there, like our third and fourth line, give up goals in the second period. Hated lots about our game tonight. And hopefully the players hated just as much or more than I do.
Well, the one name that did not come up in that soundbite, but certainly came up during his press conference afterwards, was his captain, John Tavares, and said, he prefaced it. He said, look, he's been really good for us all year long, but when when Tavares isn't doing the things he needs to do, it has that trickle-down effect throughout the entire team. And then he eventually, I think today, he talked a little bit more, and he mentioned Matthews, and he mentioned Nylander. Marner's not in the lineup right now. He's out with an injury. So, and Riley didn't play last night as well. So they were a little undermanned in that game against the Devils. But doesn't it just seem like every time they lose, it's the other buzzword that he's used a lot is unacceptable. Yesterday it was immature. There's a lot of people wondering if he's feeling it a little bit in Toronto. Feeling the heat a little bit. If this is a team that they've won 1 round under Sheldon Keefe in the playoffs. And if they bow out early, they're going to be in it. But if they bow out early, I think there's some heat right there. And at least it sounds like it. It's not often that coaches coaches will call out their team, but to single guys out by name and say this, and this, you don't see that very often. You don't hear it very often. And in Toronto, that's getting a lot of play right now.
And that may also signal his lack of experience as a head coach in the National Hockey League. And certainly it isn't easy in the cauldron of Toronto. We move to the Capitals, a huge matchup last night. What's Washington's way?
And the Caps do get it back. LaPierre's speed making an impact. Gets it to Strome, across to Carlson, back to Strome, he scores! Dylan Strome, game-winning goal in overtime. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Detroit. Washington's lead for the wild card is at 2.
Yeah, the Capitals, they just keep winning right now. They're 7-3 in their last 10 games. They've won 3 in a row. How about their goal differential, Judd? -26. Yet they're in the second wild card spot, and they're only 1 point behind the Philadelphia Flyers with 2 games in hand. That was a big win for them, obviously, and for Detroit. Detroit gets a point, but they're 2 points now behind the Washington Capitals, and the Capitals have a game in hand on the Red Wings for that second wildcard spot. So I don't know how Washington's getting it done. They beat the Bruins earlier, a few months ago or last month, whatever it was, and we didn't think the Bruins played very well in that game. And the Bruins are getting another shot at them on Saturday. They've got 2 more games against the Capitals here before the end of the season. Washington, by the way, will be in Toronto tomorrow to take on the Leafs.
Last up, Andrew Burnett's team, the Nashville Predators, they cannot be stopped.
There was a little bit of a calmness with the group that I think there's some self-belief there with us, that if we get one, if we continue to plug away the way we're doing it, to our identity, to who we are, we're going to get another look, and we'll give ourselves a really good chance. So I think the growth was there for sure for our group.
But just real quickly, Bruce Cassidy challenged an offside that led to a goal that made it 4-3. Lost the challenge. A lot of people thought it was offside, but the NHL didn't see it that way. They lost that challenge, and Nashville would go on to score to tie the game and then win it in overtime on a goal by Roman Josi.
Would have loved to have that conversation post-game with Butchie. In a moment, we'll have our conversation with the head coach, Jim Montgomery, as the Bruins are getting set to face the Lightning here in Tampa on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins radio network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealers.
Look around. You can find cars like these on AutoTrader, like that car right in your tail. Or if you're tailgating right now, all those cars doubling as kitchens and living rooms are on AutoTrader too. Are you working out and listening to this ad at the same time? Well, multitasking pro, cars like the ones in the gym parking lot are for sale on AutoTrader. New cars, used cars, electric cars, maybe even flying cars. Okay, no flying cars, but as soon as they get invented, they'll be on AutoTrader. Just you wait. AutoTrader.
No tienes que esperar a que te paguen para finalmente invitar a tus papás a comer. Solo te tiene que salir una oferta de sus favoritos en el McDonald's app. Ahorra con el app. Para pa pa pa. En McDonald's participantes.
Who's in for Mohegan? Obviously, everyone. It's an invitation that you can't ignore to experience a place that just feels different. Mohegan Sun, a place that welcomes you in, all in. For the flavors, the fun, the unbelievably unforgettable. Because you plus me plus Mohegan equals the best time ever. And what comes next is, well, everything. This is how it feels when you're all in for Mohegan. Mohegan Sun. Visit MoheganSun.com today to start your experience.
At Marshall Building and Remodeling, we're changing the way homeowners think about roofing, siding, and window projects. It doesn't have to be stressful or take weeks of your time. Our process is efficient and stress-free every step of the way. It starts with a free consultation where we discover the best options for your home and budget together. We want to talk with you, not at you, and most of all, we want to listen. At Marshall, we know every roofing, siding, and window project is unique, so we work hard to never lose sight of your vision. It's your project, your terms. Why settle for less?
Your engine is dirtier than you think. As soon as it started for the first time, it begins building up engine-killing deposits that dramatically impact longevity, fuel economy, and performance. And at Valvoline, preventing these damaging deposits isn't enough. We've revolutionized a way to completely reverse them. Introducing Valvoline Restore and Protect, the first and only motor oil that restores pistons to factory clean by removing up to 100% of deposits. That's right, 100%. This first-of-its-kind innovation restores engines to run like new. And the more you use it, the more it continually cleans inside your engine. Plus, Valvoline Restore and Protect is a premium full synthetic that provides 79% better wear protection than industry standards. It not only eliminates deposits, it prevents future deposits from forming. Restore your pistons to factory clean. With all new Restore and Protect, another first from Valvoline.
The home of the Bees, the Sports Hub.
Welcome back to the Dunkin' Bruins pregame show. Time to bring in the head coach of the Bruins, Jim Montgomery, which is brought to you by Clinton Savings Bank. Do you know a youth coach that's had a positive impact on their community? Enter that coach to win a $500 Dick's Sporting Goods gift card for their team. Nominate your coach. You get full details at clintonsavings.com/coach. Member FDIC, member DIF. Monty, what type of response did you get from your team in Florida, considering that you stopped practice on Monday and the day before?
Well, we got the effort and the emotion that we wanted in the game and the physicality and intensity that we were hoping for. But I think that came more within the game because I didn't think we started the game the way we would have liked, but the response right away was there.
Can you also describe the effort and the performance you got from the guys who wear letters for the Bruins?
Yeah, I thought they led, with the physicality. You had the big hit, a couple of big hits by McAvoy, and then, you had the fight altercation by our captain. And then, Pasta had a lot of real good checking sequences that led to goals.
David Pastrnak picked up his 100th point last night. He had a goal and an assist last night against the Florida Panthers. What type of an accomplishment is it to register 100 points in back-to-back seasons?
But it's quite an accomplishment. It's the first time in 30 years since Adam Oates did it, and with how hard scoring is these days, it's an incredible accomplishment to his skills and his work ethic.
You also touched on Charlie McAvoy, and when the temperature goes up in games, what type of response do you get from him?
Well, usually he sees the moment and he tries to put the momentum on our side.
Last night, Florida threw a lot at you, especially in the defensive zone. How did the Bruins handle that pressure? And whatever you saw last night, how's that going to help the team going forward?
Well, I think, the ability to dig in and sacrifice blocking shots, taking away time and space, being physical. We didn't give up a lot last night, which was really important because when you get into the playoffs, you can't give up a lot of chances.
Did Trent Frederick recapture anything in his game last night?
Yeah, I think, anytime a guy gets a goal like he did, a big goal to tie the game up with 5 minutes left, it adds a little pep in your step, and I'm excited to see him play tonight.
You mentioned before the game in the media scrum you're going to change up some of your D pairs. What are you going to keep your eye on tonight?
Just to see chemistry with the two new pairings that we have going.
Last thing, how will the task be any different tonight against Tampa than the one you faced last night?
A little bit different. They create different problems. They're probably a little more looking to make a lot more plays in the offensive zone instead of just shot volume and looking for net front stuff.
Good luck tonight, Monty.
Thank you, Jim.
That's the head coach, Jim Montgomery. Stay with us. The Bruins and the Lightning are coming up next.
This is Boston Bruins hockey, driven by the versatile Honda CRV, available at your local New England Honda dealers.
Cross to Esposito, shot. Cam Neely, wow.
Nathan Horton wins Game 7 in overtime. Charlie McAvoy, an overtime winner.
The Bruins are brought to you by Duncan, VA New England, Granite City Electric GCE Nitrate, Valvoline Instant Oil Change, Tito's Handmade Vodka, Live Nation, Nissan, Avidia Bank, the Fuel Rewards Program from Shell, Peerless Boilers, Coors Banquet, the Peterson School, Clinton Savings Bank, and by Shaw's and Star Market.
Backhand and a save, Thomas. Jeremy Swayman celebrates his first NHL shutout.
And by Catches Law, TD Bank, Ticketmaster, Town Fair Tire, your New England Ford dealers, Charles D. Sheehy, UMass Lowell, Timberline Construction, Service Credit Union, Bosch Tools, and by DraftKings Sportsbook.
Back to Orr. Put in. His 100th backhand score on a penalty shot for Raymond Bourne.
Bergeron, and the Bruins win the series.
The Boston Bruins are headed to the Stanley Cup Final for the third time this decade.
Now, here's John Surratt and Bob Beers.
Final regular season meeting between the Boston Bruins and the Tampa Bay Lightning. It takes place down in Florida. Your keys.
Well, a lot of little things. First of all, you got to shut down some of their top guys. Easier said than done. But Tampa Bay, when you just look at the pure stats of it, they're minus 20 at 5-on-5 this season. Their special teams have carried them. Number 1 in the NHL on the power play. Number 6 in the NHL at penalty killing, and they've been hot in that department here recently. So try to get to them 5-on-5 and shut down those top guys, mainly Kucherov and Point. You can add Stamkos in there as well, but more Point and Kucherov.
That guy Hedman's pretty good too. The keys to the game are brought to you by Town Fair Tire. For the guaranteed lowest prices on tires, go to Town Fair Tire, because nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. We'll drop the puck here at the Amalie Arena when we return on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CRV at your local New England Honda dealers.
When you find a deal on your favorite thing in the McDonald's app and order it, does that technically count as online shopping? Save money with the app. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
At participating McDonald's, prices may vary. The Honda you want is here. Drive in the moment.
with the road trip ready Accord Hybrid and CR-V Hybrid from Honda. So bring on the weekend getaways, bring on the far destinations, bring on the memories. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.9% APR on a 2024 Honda Accord Hybrid or CR-V Hybrid.
See dealer for financing details.
Does your money work hard for you? Earn more with an e-checking account from Westerly Community Credit Union. Get a crazy high interest rate, plus there's no monthly fee, no minimum balances, and you get up to $20 each month in free ATMs. Visit us online at westerlyccu.com/e-checking or visit one of our branches to open an account today.
Connect with Boston's home for sports online. 98.5thesportshub.com.
Navy veteran who served a host of deployments worldwide aboard guided missile cruisers, aircraft carriers, and control ships. In all, he served our nation for 37 straight years. Tampa Bay, please welcome and salute Commander Chris Ragusa. And now, let's sing loud and proud with the voice of Bolts Nation, retired U.S. Air Force Technical Sergeant Sonia Bryson Kirksey, as she performs our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, all the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Getting set for the opening face-off here in Tampa between the Lightning and the Bruins. We'll look at our starting lineups here tonight. In goal for Tampa Bay is Andrei Vasilevsky. On defense, a pairing of newcomer Matt Dumba and Eric Chernak. And up front, it's Steven Stamkos, Anthony Cirelli, and Brandon Hagel. For the Bruins, Linus Ullmark gets the starting goal. New pairing of Parker Wotherspoon and Brandon Carlo on defense. And up front, Brad Marchand, Jake DeBrusk, and they're centered by Charlie Coyle. The starting lineup is brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code SportsHub. New customers can bet $5 to get $150 instantly in bonus bets only with DraftKings Sportsbook with code SportsHub. The crown is yours.
The first 5 minutes are presented by your New England Ford dealers. Tonight's New England Ford dealers' first 5 contestant, Aaron Gessner from Templeton, Massachusetts. If the Bruins score in the first 5, Aaron's going to win a pair of tickets to a future Bruins game courtesy of the New England Ford dealers. You can enter the contest at 985thesportshub.com. They drop the puck. The Bruins win the faceoff. And the fourth and final meeting of the regular season between the Bruins and the Bolts is underway. Bruins are working right to left here in this first period. And it's sent into the near corner of the Tampa end. Coyle trying to dig the puck out of there. Along the near side, it's Marchand. He'll wing it back of the net. Right hash, Carlo. Chips it behind the net, Coyle. Whacked to the near side by the Lightning. Marchand dished it up top, Wotherspoon. He'll crank it into the far corner. Marchand's got it. Dished it to the right point. Carlo rotating up top is DeBrusk, right point. His shot blocked, and the Lightning looking to burst the other way. Out in the neutral zone, Dumba's pass cut off. He got picked up from Arizona at the trade deadline. Now DeBrusk, center circle, fading left, will dump it to the slot in the Tampa end, and Vasilevsky has to glove the puck that was bouncing into the blue paint.
Yeah, it took a left turn. Hit the ice and took a little left turn. Vasilevsky staying in the net that time, smartly.
Andrei Vasilevsky, 9th in the league in wins. He started the season a little bit late after he had off-season back surgery. A 294 goals against an 897 save percentage, which is still a little surprising to see. And the Lightning as a team, Beersy, 29th in the league in save percentage.
Yeah, it hasn't been a great year for him, but he showed, especially in that game against the Panthers recently, that, I mean, he can still do it. And he's not somebody teams are going to want to face come playoff time just because of the experience and the reputation and how good he is in those spots. But it has not been a banner year in terms of numbers for him. You know, you wonder how much of it, and he's a workhorse. He's played a lot of games despite missing the beginning part of the season. But you just wonder for a Tampa Bay Lightning team, you know, they had that one year where they won the President's Trophy and then they got knocked out in the first round. And even John Cooper was on record, said, I don't care where we finish. You know, we know we're going to be good in the playoffs. And it's been a little different year for them because they still had to get there. They're not quite there yet, but pretty much they are. With the opportunity to catch the Toronto Maple Leafs here. I mean, they can close within 2 points of the Leafs with a win here today.
Bruins ice the puck. Faceoff will come down to our right. 18:49 left here in the first and scoreless.
And don't think the Leafs aren't looking over their shoulders a little bit, you know, and seeing the Tampa Bay Lightning and playing the way that they are right now.
Faceoff in the near circle, the Bruins end. They got all sorts of things going on in Toronto.
I think the comments by their head coach after last game, possibly, I don't know what, you know, maybe we're reading too much into it, but they know where Tampa is in the standings.
Bruins chip the puck up the left side. Here's Boquist over the red line. He'll fire into the left corner. Around it comes. Brazo goals in 3 of his last 4. He had his goal-scoring streak stopped last night at Sunrise. Out at center ice, the Bruins chip it back into the neutral zone.
Peak and Lindholm, and then the fourth line going against this Kucherov line.
Here's Kucherov over the line, high slot, fires, and he sent it wide. He's tied for the league lead with 123 points. Right side over the line, here's Pastrnak. Into the right corner, he hits the brakes, sent it up top. Here's McAvoy, wheels into the slot, pulls it to the near point, fires, deflected, didn't get free. And Heinen raked it into the near corner. Now Zacha back of the net, banks it for Pastrnak. He had a goal and an assist last night to go over the century mark.
My guess is McAvoy would like to have that one back. He had an opportunity to let that shot go. Wanted to make sure he get it through.
High slot, the Lightning fired, and the drive by Stamkos was stopped by Ullmark. Back of the net, the Bruins with an outlet up the far side. Here's Pastrnak. He'll drag it to the red line, flips it to the middle. Zacha over the line. He had a goal and an assist last night, which included the game winner.
He was real good.
Along the far side, the Lightning dig it free in their own end. An outlet up the middle now, Stamkos. He'll saucer a backhand, looking for Perbix. He had to stop up at the blue line, sends it to Stamkos, shoots. And Ullmark tried to head the puck. It went over the crossbar. Puck flipped over to the near side. Perbix dished it up to the right point. Eyssimont fires. Out in front, it's raked wide by Paul.
Yeah, Carlo was able to push that puck out of the way there.
The Lightning keep the puck in. The Bruins fail to exit. Eyssimont near side to the right point. Perbix a drive and a stick save made by Ullmark. Along the far wall, it's tapped out to the neutral zone by Zacha. The Bruins trying to change quickly on the fly. Eyssimont leveled along the near side on a hit by Wotherspoon. He lined him up and decked him. Brought in by Geekie to the high slot. To the right circle, shoots. Vasilevsky a blocker save. Now Van Riemsdyk sent it back of the net. He was a healthy scratch last night in Florida. And it's dragged out to the neutral zone by Chafee. Turned over. Brought back in by Frederick. Near point Geekie. Wings it to the far circle. Marchand kicks to the stick. Back of the cage. Flips it over to the near side. Then chopped it up top. But the Bruins have to fade back into the neutral zone. And we have an offside here on the Bruins. 16-17 left here in the first, and we're scoreless.
Yeah, that was Wotherspoon on that hit on Eyssimont. Eyssimont doesn't mind throwing his weight around as well. He was a pest earlier this season in this building. He was running around and hitting everything that was moving, and that time Wotherspoon got him right at the blue line, closed on him, and finished him hard. A couple good saves by both goaltenders here early on shots from the outside.
Eyssimont leads the Lightning with 95 penalty minutes.
We did our Around the NHL, Judd. We didn't really talk about tonight's game. There's only one other game in the NHL. It's Ottawa taking on Buffalo. First period, Ottawa's up 4-0.
I think they had that lead in the first 12 minutes as Vasilevsky freezes a puck that was dumped in.
Buffalo took a peek at the playoffs and kind of went the other way.
They made that trade with Colorado.
They didn't miss by much last year.
They didn't miss by much. They're going to be close, but they have the longest streak of missing the playoffs in NHL history. But after they picked up Bowen Byram in the trade with Colorado, sending Casey Middlestat the other way, they got a boost. And as you mentioned, they started to enter the conversation of maybe they've got a chance.
No,
then they started losing games again.
Fell out of it.
Far circle, it's DeBrusque. He'll pivot on the half wall. Cycles it to Marchand. Trying to shake free from Glendening. And then Marchand lost the handle as he took a check. And it's flipped into the far corner of the Bruins zone. Back of the net, Jeannot finished his check hard on McAvoy.
Oh, he's going to finish his hits. Jeannot's a big man. Physical force. Has not had a great offensive year for them.
Point wheels over the line, high slot. Tried to dangle with a puck. He got poke check. Held in by Kucherov. High slot now. It's Jeannot. Protects, or pardon me, Mont. Near corner Mont. Right point, Kucherov. His shot hit coil skate. And the Bruins trying to dig it free, roll it up to the near point, and then it's flipped out to center ice by Heinen. Scooped up, and Radish will backhand it deep. We played 5 minutes. The game is scoreless. Our corner Peak, the Florida native, drives it up right wing. Zacco, a little time and room. Chips it up left wing. Lindholm navigates and then cranked it into the right corner. Hedman powers it over to the far side, and the Lightning will clear it ahead. Kucherov, little space, shakes to the slot, and then Pastrnak stripped him of the puck, and it's sent out to center ice, and Kucherov will take his time and leisurely change.
It's a good back check there from Pastrnak. The Bruins were trying to make a line change on the defensive side of things. Wotherspoon had to hustle all the way across the ice, and then Kucherov was kind of coming back against the grain. And Pastrnak on the back check got to him.
Now Hagel centered. The Bruins got a stick on it. It's jammed over to the near side. Hagel gets it back, shoots. Chest save made by Ullmark as he protected the near post. The Bruins, Boquist trying to pop it ahead. He got it out to center ice.
Heads up.
Over the line, left side, Brazeau flipped it into the near corner. Boquist locked them in a battle with Dumba. Near side, it's chipped away from Brazeau and sent to the far side in the Lightning end. Here's Dumba. He was lined up by Beecher, released the puck, and it's dumped deep into the Bruins end. 13:45 left here in the first and scoreless. McAvoy wings it to the left side. Grzelcyk, headman pass, Frederick. Scored a massive game tire on the power play late in that third period in Florida last night. His 18th goal of the season has set a new career high in goals. We have an icing call here on Tampa.
It's another icing call sponsored by Tito's Handmade Vodka. Enjoy the game with a glass of Tito's on ice. Tito's cocktail of the week is the Tito's Transfusion. For tonight's recipe, go to 985thesportshub.com.
Face off in the right circle to Tampa end. Frederick Geekie and Van Riemsdyk will stay on the ice. Frederick telling us yesterday after the game that 18th goal was a long time coming.
Yeah, players know what number they're stuck on.
Frederick wins the draw. Right point. He backhands it down the boards, and it's scooped up by Perbix. An outlet up the middle. It hit Chafee in the skate, a former UMass forward. Center circle, it's scooped up. Perbix brings it in. Right circle, looks to the middle. Denied an opportunity to pass it there by Grzelcyk. Grzelcyk slipped it back of the net. Little extra time and room for McAvoy. Long right wing feet, and it's drilled all the way down. Vasilevsky stops it back of the net. Both teams will start to make some changes. We've played 7 minutes and we're scoreless. Shots are 4-3 Bruins here early on. The Bruins 1-0-2 in the season series against Tampa. Tampa winning one game in overtime, the other in a shootout. Far side in the neutral zone,
Yeah.
Glendenning.
The win that they had was a blowout.
7-3 Bruins over the line right side. It's Marchand. Stutter step. Try to get around Dumba. Stripped to the puck. Held in, however, by the Bruins. Wotherspoon took a hit. Sent it back of the net. Flipped over to the far side. Janot pulled it off the wall. Gave it away. Carlo a drive. And he screams one over the crossbar. And look out here. Wotherspoon. Mott got in front of him, and then coming back to bail him out was Carlo, who stripped to the puck.
Wotherspoon, he misjudged that. That puck came around the board so hard, he thought he had an angle on, and all of a sudden it was by him, and Mott trying to get behind him, going up the right wing.
Here's Point. He can fly. Speeds in, offside. We'll take a timeout. 12 minutes to go here in the first. Bruins and Lightning are scoreless. On the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealers.
No tienes que esperar a que te paguen para finalmente invitar a tus papás a comer. Solo te tiene que salir una oferta de sus favoritos en el McDonald's app. Ahorra con el app. Para pa pa pa. En McDonald's participantes.
How powerful is Cox Internet? Powerful enough to let your band members in Vegas, Phoenix, and Rhode Island jam like you're all in the same garage. Get Cox Internet powered by fiber with America's fastest download speeds. It's internet built for tomorrow, today. Cox, always building better. Cox Internet is connected to the premises via coaxial connection. Speeds vary and are not guaranteed. Cox terms and other restrictions may apply. Analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence Data. Fixed median download speeds. US Q3 2023.
At UMass Memorial Health, you can be a
nurse,
mental health clinician,
medical assistant,
but you can also be a
after-hours musician,
family chef,
t-ball coach.
That's because we hire you, all of you, and treat you like a person, not a position, with great pay and excellent benefits like retirement savings plans and tuition assistance. Come be you at UMass Memorial Health. Explore all we offer at wehireyou.org.
The Celtics play here at the Sports Hub.
The first 5 minutes of tonight's game were brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. For 47 straight years, more people have put their hard-earned money on a Ford F-Series pickup than on any other truck. Get a great deal on one today. Face-off at the near dot just beyond the Bruins line. Grzelcyk and McAvoy in the back end. Zacha up front with Heinen and Pastrnak.
We mentioned Mott trying to get behind Wotherspoon there, and he did actually. Wotherspoon got help from his partner, Brandon Carlo, coming all the way over to break that play up.
Off the draw, the Bruins crank it to the far circle, their own zone. McAvoy. Last night he scored his 10th goal of the season. That ties his career high.
Oh, yeah, ripped it top shelf, short side.
Kucherov up left wing. Twirls to the center circle. He'll twist it back into his own end. Kucherov looking to gather some speed, navigate through the neutral zone over the line. Right side is Hedman. Wings it across. Bruins get a stick on it. Here's Duclair. He has scored in all 7 games since coming over from San Jose. Right of the net. Pointed drive. Kicked out by Ullmark. Now Kucherov to the slot. Point shot blocked. And the Bruins backhanded ahead. Don't get it out. Point hustle to keep it in. Fakes a shot. Drifts to the far side. Send it into the slot. And the puck is harmlessly sent to Ullmark, who covers up.
Well, Between the Pipes is sponsored by Charles D. Sheehy. If you're in the piping trades, you need to call Charles D. Sheehy, Boston's premier piping and mechanical product supplier. Sheehy is driven to deliver. Between the Pipes for the Tampa Bay Lightning is Andrei Vasilevsky, and for the Bruins tonight, Linus Ullmark.
Ullmark 19-8-7.
Good save he made there on Point.
Braden Point with 10 goals in 8 games in the month of March.
Up to 41 now.
Do you know who leads the league in goals scored in the month of March? It's not anybody who's currently in the top 10. Along the near side, it's Perbix. He'll wheel back of the net. In fact, the guy who leads the league in goal scoring in March isn't on a team that's in the playoffs at this point.
Yeah, I would have said Zach Hyman, so obviously wrong there.
Timo Meier. He's got 13 this month in 14 games.
A little too late for Jersey.
He got off to a
Although
really
they got a
rugged
good win
start.
against Toronto. Had a couple wins this week.
Back of the net, Perbix. They're still sort of in it. Bruins whistle the puck in. It's gloved by Vasilevsky. Both teams change.
Sort of. mathematically.
Yes, 10:25 left here in the first and scoreless. This game has a different flavor than the one we saw last night.
So far.
Early on, Asamont wheels his way in, cuts to the near circle. Tried to cut out in front, and then it's jammed by Van Riemsdyk to the far corner as the Bruins tried to keep him to the outside. Along the far wall, Van Riemsdyk got the puck out to center ice, controlled by the Lightning. They'll drill it ahead. Asamont, an outlet to the middle. It's fired. They score. Mitchell Chafee got the puck in the slot. In flight, and he fired it by the blocker of Ullmark. 1-0 Tampa.
Well, the Bruins get this puck out to the neutral zone, but they don't get it any further, and Tampa Bay is able to get going back in transition, coming at them. Nice little pass there from Nick Paul. It's a little backhand pass. He filters it through, gets it to Chafee. That's just quick transition by the Lightning. Up the wing, into the middle. And Van Riemsdyk on the back check. Can't keep up there with Chafee. Chafee gets a step on him. And Carlo and Wotherspoon go at the puck carrier Paul, feeling that they've got support. And Chafee able to get this little saucer backhand pass from Paul and quickly up and over top of the blocker side of Ullmark.
Second straight night, the Bruins are going to have to play from behind. 9:47 left here in the first, and we're scoreless. And we'll take a timeout here in Tampa on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealers.
At Marshall Building and Remodeling, we're changing the way homeowners think about roofing, siding, and window projects. It doesn't have to be stressful or take weeks of your time. Our process is efficient and stress-free every step of the way. It starts with a free consultation where we discover the best options for your home and budget together. We want to talk with you, not at you, and most of all, we want to listen. At Marshall, we know every roofing, siding, and window project is unique, so we work hard to never lose sight of your vision. It's your project, your terms. Why settle for less?
Everyone has the power to save a life. The truth is, opioid accidents can happen anytime, anywhere. Be prepared to protect your loved ones with Narcan nasal spray, now available in-store and online. Visit Narcan.com to learn more.
So, you've got an idea for a business, the store of your dreams. There's just one thing to figure out: everything. That's why Shopify's all-in-one commerce platform makes it easy to sell online, in person, and everywhere else. Sell on social media, source products with an app to get that first sale feeling. It's the only solution that gives you everything you need to sell everywhere you want. So when you're ready to bring your idea to life, power it up with Shopify.
Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/listen.
No tienes que esperar a que te paguen para finalmente invitar a tus papás a comer. Solo te tiene que salir una oferta de sus favoritos en el McDonald's app. Ahorra con el app. Para pa pa pa. En McDonald's participantes.
Listen live. Check out our podcast with the 98.5 The Sports Hub app.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
Boston. This is Boston's most listened to sports station. Boston's home for sports. 98.5 Sports Hub. Beasley Media Group station.
Service Credit Union is seen with Bruins defenseman Charlie McAvoy for defending New England's heroes. Service donates $100 for every block shot and $1,000 for every shutout to pay for heart and cancer screenings for New England police and firefighters. Learn more now at servicecu.org/73. Face-off right circle in the Tampa end. Mitchell Chafee opens the scoring, his 4th of the season at 10:06. Along the near side now, Stamkos. His outlet hit DeBrusk in the skate. Chernak cranked it into the right corner, round to the far side. Hagel rims it back to the near wall. The Bruins read it. Popped it up left wing and out to center ice. Marchand took a hard hit from Dumba along the near side in the neutral zone.
He's capable of doing that. You know, he's had a bit of a tail off in his game over the last couple of seasons, but they feel that he can really crank it up come playoff time.
Far side, Stamkos' shot blocked. Dragged out to the neutral zone by Coyle. He'll flip it into the right corner.
Playing his offside. You got two righties playing together, right? Chernak's a big righty. He stays on the right side. Dumba plays the left.
Back of his net, Dumba. He'll crank it over to the far side. Kucherov slowed coming in by Zacha. Flips to the far side. Duclair, a head fake. His centering feed. Pastrnak read it. He'll dump it up right wing and back into the Lightning end. 8:45 left here in the first. 1-0 Tampa. Pastrnak, a steal out in the neutral zone. center
Pastrnak's got
circle.
6 points in the 3 games against Tampa this season. Kucherov 5 on the other side of things.
Pastrnak right hash to the right corner. Back of the net, Zacha to Pastrnak up top. And McAvoy tried to kick to the stick, and he missed it. It goes all the way down.
Yeah, I just kind of handcuffed him. Do I take it on the forehand, the backhand, my skate?
Along the near side, Pastrnak tried to flip it to the middle. The Lightning pick it off. Mott wheels to the center circle. His pass into the zone cut off, and then Janot with a hit on Beecher.
Yeah, Beecher did a good job, though, sticking with it in the second effort to get that puck out of harm's way.
Along the near side, they battle for a loose puck. Lilleberg steps up. And the Lightning control along the near side. And then give it away. Brazo tried to drive it in. Backhands it to the near corner. Vasilevsky cut it off, played it over to the near side. Far corner. It's drilled by the Lightning out to the neutral zone. Mott steers it to the far circle, the Bruins end. Lindholm's got it. He'll head back of the net. Long outlet to the center circle. Geekie. He'll bat it down low. Cut off by Vasilevsky. An awkward handoff.
It was an awkward handoff.
Tried to send it back to Lilleberg. And we've got a penalty here.
Yeah, Van Riemsdyk's going to take an offensive zone tripping call.
And it was Chafee who scored the game's only goal, who went down. And now the Lightning, the game's best power play, will step onto the ice for the first time.
Can't tell if Van Riemsdyk upset with himself or upset with the call there. Little spin move in the corner. Yeah, and the hold. Yeah, that's a penalty. I think more upset probably with himself than.
Tampa #1 in the league at 29%. The Bruins penalty kill 7th. Face off in the far circle, the Bruins end. Paul will crouch down and take the draw against Coyle. Paul gets kicked out of there. Stamkos will step in and take it. He leads the team on the power play with 15. That's tied for 3rd in the league. The Lightning win the draw, and then Hedman fumbled it at the blue line. And the Lightning will have to back out and regroup. Hedman leaves for point. He's going to speed his way over the line. Flipped it to himself in the right corner. Along the near side, he's pinned against the wall. Coyle trying to get to it near side. It's Kucherov, feathered it up top. Hedman shoots, deflected, and Ullmark the save, and Marchand will bat it all the way down. Bruins change some of their penalty killers. Here's Hedman up the right side. Bruins short for another minute 25, trailing 1-0. Kucherov over the line right side. Saucered it up top, nobody home, and the Lightning will have to back out again.
Just out of the reach of everybody that time. Hedman was in the middle. And
Hedman sent a pass for point. It was all by himself at the blue line. The pass glanced off his skate. The Bruins trying to drill it up the left side and clear it. Second attempt by Lindholm does the job. Hedman, by the way, 5th among defensemen with 69 points. Along the near side, Paul, you can hear the amount of Bruins fans that are here in the crowd. Up to the left point, Hedman wheels toward the middle, sent it to the far half wall. Stamkos sets up in his normal spot. Tried to saucer it to the middle, picked off and cleared by the Bruins.
That was peak. You mentioned Hedman and his point totals. You got the #1 power play in the league. If you're the quarterback on that #1 power play unit, you're going to pick up a lot of points. And he's a big reason for it.
He is so talented. Up right wing. Here's Hagel, center circle. Feeds over the line, just out of the reach of Kucherov. Trying to track it down. Wotherspoon battled it ahead, and the Bruins will feather it the length. 15 seconds left on the Van Riemsdyk penalty. Vasilevsky leaves it back of his net for Radish. He'll carry it up the right side. Leaves it for the late coming Hagel. Van Riemsdyk will be out of the box right now as it's brought in offside by Eyssimont with 5:23 remaining in the first. And the Lightning on top 1-0. We'll take a timeout on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealers.
So, you've got an idea for a business. The store of your dreams. There's just one thing to figure out. Everything. That's why Shopify's all-in-one commerce platform makes it easy to sell online, in person, and everywhere else. Sell on social media, source products with an app to get that first sale feeling. It's the only solution that gives you everything you need to sell everywhere you want. So when you're ready to bring your idea to life, power it up with Shopify.
Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/listen.
Imagine the softest sheets you've ever felt. Now imagine them getting even softer over time. I'm here to tell you about Boll & Branch sheets. In a recent customer survey, 96% replied that Boll & Branch sheets get softer with every wash. They're made from the rarest organic cotton and designed to get even softer over time. Try their sheets with a 30-night guarantee, plus 15% off your first order with code RESTFUL15. So head to BOLLandbranch.com today. Exclusions apply. See site for details.
The Revs, the Sports Hub.
Welcome back to Tampa. Bruins trailing 1-0 with just over 5 minutes remaining in the first period. You could sign up for the Bruins Authentics newsletter and be the first to know when new Bruins game use, team issued, and team stock memorabilia is released. Visit bostonbruins.com/newsletter to sign up. Face off at the near dot just beyond the Bruins line. Victor Hedman and his crew back on the ice for Tampa. We were talking about Hedman just before we hit the break. The 2020 Conn Smythe winner. He won the 2018 Norris Trophy. He is a 6-time Norris Trophy finalist.
Yeah, so they've won the Cup twice. They went to the finals and lost to the Chicago Blackhawks. Here's some interesting stats for you, Judd. How many Coach of the Year has John Cooper won?
I'm going to say none.
0. They've been a powerhouse for how many years, and he's won 0 Coach of the Year. How many times? And then the 2 cups that they did win, Vasilevsky was Conn Smythe 1 year and Hedman and Conn Smythe the other, and Kucherov just continues to just put up and do his thing, putting up mega amounts of points. But he has not won a Conn Smythe.
High slot now. Here's McAvoy, fired it off the near post, a rocket.
Yeah, cutting left to right on his forehand in the high slot that time. Clear shot, trying to go blocker side. Back against the grain against Vasilevsky.
4:39 left here in the first. Bruins trailing 1-0 here in Tampa. They flip it to the right of Vasilevsky. Dumba.
Was that Coach of the Year thing? Wasn't that the same with Scotty Bowman? He had all that success, never won a Coach of the Year.
I have to see for Scotty. I know Joe Quenneville, I think maybe he won it once. 3-on-1 for the Bruins. Over the line, left side now. Lindholm into the left circle, left to the cage. Tried it center, denied. Gets it back, rotates to the right circle. Shoots. Vasilevsky the save. Rebound. Vasilevsky wanted to stop while he was diving to his right.
On Van Riemsdyk.
And the puck is dumped all the way down. No icing. They ruled that Peak could have caught up to that.
Bruins had a clear-cut chance at 2-on-1, but they didn't see Beecher on the right side, and they end up moving it to the left, and it kind of slowed things up, but they still get a good opportunity.
Here's Lindholm in the slot of his own zone, waiting for the Bruins to complete some changes. The Lightning are just standing out at center ice. Bruins rocket one ahead. They deflect it deep. Getting to it is Marchand, back of the net. Over to the right circle. Saucers up top, Wotherspoon to the slot and handcuffed to Brust.
I was there for him.
And it's lofted back into the Bruins' end, cut off by Wotherspoon. An outlet to the far side. Now over the line, it's Marchand. Took a hit from Lilleberg. Trying to fight through that check. Coyle comes to bail him out. Back of the net, Vasilevsky set it up, rimmed over to the near side by Perbix. Scooped up by Stamkos. And the Lightning drive it out to center ice, turned over. Marchand trying to kick it ahead. The Bruins grab it back in their own zone with just under 3 minutes left in the first. Now Wotherspoon navigating right at the red line. Flipped it high to the right corner. Puck given away out in front. Heinen shoots. He scores! A clean giveaway by the Lightning. And Dan Heinen fading back into the right circle. Drills it by the blocker of Vasilevsky. Bruins won. Lightning won.
Yeah, Lightning try to reverse this puck. That's Dumba trying to reverse it right behind Vasilevsky below the goal line, but there's nobody there. There's nobody home for the Tampa Bay Lightning. It's going to be Zacha that picks this puck up. So Wotherspoon dumps it in. Dumba comes back and plays it. He tries to reverse it. There's nobody there. And the centering pass from Zacha to Heinen, and Heinen quickly has to turn his body, and he goes right up and over top of the blocker side of Vasilevsky. I don't know whether Dumba thought that Duclair was coming back in support that time, but there was nobody else over there.
So the Bruins with a late goal in the first period. There's 2:45 remaining. Have squared the game at 1. Last night they were able to do this in Florida and allowed an even later goal by Sam Reinhart.
Yeah, a couple shifts later. That's
Along the near side, Glendening fired it out in front, and out in front, it looks like Frederick wants to drop him with Jeannot. Jeannot had the gloves off quick, firing a couple of right hands. Frederick trying to get his hands set. Jeannot firing a couple of uppercuts. Frederick just holding him right there, can't get his hands free. And the linesman will separate the two. And Frederick is cut over the left eye.
Yeah, so Frederick was on defense that whole time. I didn't see how he got cut. Jeannot must have landed one before they even got going. Because Frederick, that's not like him. I know Jeannot's a big, tough customer, but that's not like Frederick. So big hit by Jeannot on Lindholm. Frederick kind of came looking for him, and they both had the gloves off. The first punch got him. The first punch got him. It was like a little bit of an uppercut.
Jeannot trying to change the tenor of the game after the Lightning.
Yeah, it was an
allowed
uppercut.
the game tire.
It was the very first punch.
So Frederick off for some repairs. Face off in the far circle in the Bruins end. For Dan Heinen, that's his 15th goal of the season from Pavel Zacha at 17-10. And for every goal the Bruins score this season, Tito's Handmade Vodka will donate $100 to the Cam Neely Foundation, up to $10,000. Up top, here's Dumba. Fires it right of the net. Stamkos is saving, then Omar reaching out. Second effort, shoveled that loose puck away.
Otherwise, it's an empty net goal.
Tampa dumps the puck back in. They've turned up the volume here in the last couple of shifts. Along the far side, it's Coyle. Brace for the contact, knocked down by Hagel. Drilled out in front, and this one sails wide. Out in front, loose puck fought for. Ullmark taken down. Marchand sweeps the puck ahead, and the Bruins chip it out to center ice. 2-on-1.
3-on-2.
Over the line, right side, out of the high slot. Marchand near side, it's tapped back. Coyle was looking for Marchand. He wasn't expecting it. And that looked promising and then just evaporated at the end.
It was promising. Marchand had an opportunity to take that shot. He's right in the middle, and he dished it over to Coyle over on the left, and then Coyle tried to return it. Too many passes there.
Here's Heinen, far circle of his own zone.
One of those ones, if it works, it looks fantastic, but
puck flipped to the left corner of the Tampa end. One apiece, 1:18 remaining here in the first. Puck chipped to the right point. Carlos got it, long shot, blocked in the slot. Heinen jammed it up top, and it goes by Carlo's glove and back out to center ice. Carlo braced for the contact from Asimon, a couple of Colorado natives. And the Bruins scrape it up the right side and will work their way ahead. Here's Heinen, he'll rocket one in. Pastrnak trying to get to it ahead of Vasilevsky. Pastrnak far side, slipped it to the near wall, and now it's snagged by Duclair. He'll dish it back of his net. 43 seconds left here in the first, one apiece. Up right wing, here's Duclair. Leaves for Kucherov. Shoveled it in, cut off by Beecher. He banks it off the end board's peak. Ripped it out to center ice. Deflected into the slot. Vasilevsky has to dive on it with Van Riemsdyk right on in front of him. And now a little action on in front as the temperature is starting to move up as Brazo grabs a hold.
Well, Lilleberg, I don't know what he's doing there. I mean, Van Riemsdyk stopped in front of Vasilevsky, but he didn't give him a snow shower. He did it the right way. Lilleberg came over and gave him a shot, so Brazo jumped in there. Fans, Bruins Hockey is presented by Timberline Construction, providing truly exceptional service in construction management, pre-construction, design build, and due diligence support. Learn more at timberlineconstruction.com. Timberline Construction, exceptional, no exceptions.
Face off in the far circle, the Lightning end. 28 seconds remaining in the first. Pavel Zacha, by the way, with that assist.
Oh, he's been on fire, huh?
Give him 6 goals, 8 assists in his last 12 games. Off the draw. Lilleberg will lift it out to center ice. Duclair tracks it down, poke checked at the blue line. Kucherov wings it in front of the Bruins bench, and Lilleberg will wrist it in. Near corner, it's Grzelcyk with 15. Took a hit from Duclair, got to his knees. McAvoy up the right side, couldn't get it by Point. High slot, Point shoots, and a blocker save made by Ullmark with 2. Far side, it's McAvoy. He'll golf it back into the Lightning end, and that's going to do it for the opening 20 minutes here at the Amalie Arena. At the end of one, it's the Bruins 1 and the Lightning 1. Stay with us during the first intermission. Beersy and I are going to have a feature with David Pastrnak. That's coming up next on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealers.
If your lawn looks more like a desert than an oasis, then you know that lawn care isn't easy. If it were, everyone would do it, as well as TruGreen does it. In just 3 easy steps, TruGreen's online tools help customize a treatment plan for you. And it's all backed by the TruGreen guarantee. Go to TruGreen.com today to start your 3 easy steps and save 50% off your first application. It's time to trust your experts at TruGreen. Live life outside.
BackstageCountry.com, your online home for all things country music. Like most of us, Keith Urban also has a bucket list. You may be surprised to learn what is and is not on his. Text Keith to 45911 to read and learn more about the central theme of Keith's bucket list. Get a link to the story sent right to your phone when you text Keith to 45911. Go inside country music at BackstageCountry.com.
We are the Community College of Rhode Island. You know us as CCRI, and we're more than you think. We have 4 campuses across the state with guided financial aid and scholarship opportunities and the lowest tuition in Rhode Island. We offer daytime, evening, on-campus, and online classes to help you earn your degree on your time, with more than 90 programs to help you discover your career path or advance on the one you already have. And over 70 transfer agreements. CCRI is the smart choice. We know who we are. Now it's your turn. The Community College of Rhode Island. Find your future here.
When you find a deal on your favorite thing in the McDonald's app and order it, does that technically count as online shopping? Save money with the app. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
At participating McDonald's, prices may vary.
The games play here.
Here's Vienno. He'll scramble in, feed to the high slot. Carlson sent it out in front. Vienno a shot, and that tip denied by Omar, who scrambled left to right. Bruins crash to the front, left to the net. Coyle out in front. Gets Gibson out of position. He scores! Charlie Coyle with a dangle. Sneaks it inside the near post with Gibson down and out. Bruins 7, Ducks 1.
You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub. Stay tuned for more.
Today, when it comes to following sports, a basic box score just won't cut it. Get the stats behind the stats with NHL Edge. So you won't just see Makar's time on ice. You'll see where he spent it. You won't just know Matthews scored. You'll know how hard he shot it. And you won't just get OV shot total. You'll know where he shot it from. Even if they're all from the same place. Know more about every stat, every shift, and every star with NHL Edge.
Hockey season means it's Peerless Boiler season. Now is the perfect time to replace your old boiler and water heater with a new Peerless Boiler and Pavilion tankless water heater. Don't wait. Act now. Go to peerlessboilers.com for a dealer near you. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
The only place to hear the game, the Sports Hub.
Welcome back to Tampa. The Bruins 1 and the Lightning 1. Pavel Zacha with the lone assist on Danton Hines' game-tying goal late in that first period. That's our delivery of the game, delivered by Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train. Granite City Electric Supplies, celebrating 100 years of service to electrical contractors in New England. Visit GraniteCityElectric.com to order. Last year, David Pastrnak became the first Bruin since Phil Esposito in 1975 to register a 60-goal season. Pasta talked about how special it was to get back to that number.
The road to 50 was very long, and then it felt like from 50 to 60 it went just by like a day, because it was just a big blank, and all of a sudden I got the hat trick in Philly, and that was my 60th goal, and yeah, it felt great, amazing actually, and it's definitely something that I would never think I can do, especially as a growing up player. I wasn't a shooter. I always was trying to set up people for goals. I had more fun with that. And then, as you come to NHL, sometimes you have to find yourself as a player, and that's that's the way it was with me, I all of a sudden I started scoring goals, and it is addicted, and you obviously start working on it, and so it was very special, 60, because you never know if you ever get there again. You obviously have a motivation and you work every day to get there again, but I definitely appreciate it and enjoyed it a lot.
Should we have known late last season that if you're going to hit a milestone, it would have been in the city of Philadelphia?
I know. I always had that since the day I got drafted there, by Bruins. Obviously, it was in the Philly, and I scored my first NHL goal there. So it's always there's a good ice there, and so I always have a fun playing there, and I hope it's going to keep going this year.
In the mid-'80s, there was a guy named Dennis Savard who finished third in the National Hockey League. That year, he had 121 points, and he said after the season, I thought I had a good year, and then he looked and he saw Wayne Gretzky's numbers, and he had more assists than Savard had points. How the heck did you finish second? Do you ever think about that?
I mean, he said it perfectly, It's, to be honest, when you look at Connor, that is just incredible. I didn't even think I can hit 100, points, and yes, it happened. It was amazing season, but then you see Connor, and it's honestly incredible, because hockey is a team sport, and one individual is a little bit different than in basketball. I feel like in basketball that one individual still can win games for the teams, but in hockey it doesn't happen very often. It happens every maybe third decade, and we have in NHL one guy like that, and it's obviously fun to see. Definitely, I take it as a positive. I'm happy I play in the same time as him, and watch him play. Obviously I hope I lift the cup before him, and that's my motivation.
David Krejci told a story, and I wanted to get your reaction to it. And he said that when you came to the National Hockey League, I told Pasta, I'll help you as much as you want, but it's up to you if you really want to learn or not. It's up to you to ask the questions. That's the way I came into the league. That's what he said when it came to Patrice Bergeron and Mark Savard. So was there anything that you asked him, especially about scoring, when you were first coming into the league?
Yeah, I remember that. It's nice. I like that. I feel the same way, because I'm here to help as well, and I grew up, Krejci is the one I was learning from, so I'm the same way. I can help anybody, but what I asked him, we played together, so I more of a listen to him. It didn't took me long to figure out that you have to be ready when you play with David Krejci. You have to have your stick on the ice, and the puck's gonna come even many times that you don't even see him or the puck, and all of a sudden end up on your tape. So I learned that really quickly with him, and that was a big point. I know I asked him what he wants to do, what he wants me to do a lot on the ice. And that was the main things, I think that's why we got such good chemistry. Obviously, we are great friends. I think that's a very big part of being good together as a line mates too. You need to be friends, and I think we were great together, and obviously gonna miss him. But I've learned tons from him, and he's obviously playmaker and he's not as great in scoring, but he still helped me the way I score goals, because he puts me in the positions, and that guy is like you as a goal scorer, you always dream to play with, right? Because he will find you, and you just need to be ready.
Last thing, Pastrnak, I really appreciate you being so generous with your time. You had mentioned last year that I'd probably take 100 points over 50 goals. So why were you even more proud to hit the century mark for the first time?
Because I felt like I could have done that in 2019, and it's great, sometimes stuff happens in the life, so like COVID, and it didn't happen. So I had a lot of games to hit it, and I didn't. So it definitely was happy that I could do that and kind of prove myself that all the work I'm putting in, to this sport that I love pays off. So, that's definitely motivational for you as a player, and you just want to keep going.
Pastrnak hit 100 points last night in Florida, becoming the first Bruin to record back-to-back 100-point campaigns since Adam Oates did it in 1993 and 94. Scoring summary from the first. Mitchell Chafee, his fourth of the season from Nick Paul and Michael Asamont got it started at 10:06. Danton Heinen tied it up with his 15th from Pavel Zacha at 17:11. Shots on goal in that first period in favor of the Lightning, 12-10. On the power play, the Lightning 0 for 1. The Bruins did not have an opportunity. Tim McCone has your Sports Hub headlines next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealers.
If your lawn looks more like a desert than an oasis, then you know that lawn care isn't easy. If it were, everyone would do it, as well as True Green does it. In just 3 easy steps, True Green's online tools help customize a treatment plan for you. And it's all backed by the True Green Guarantee. Go to truegreen.com today to start your 3 easy steps and save 50% off your first application. It's time to trust your experts at True Green. Live life outside.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
No tienes que esperar a que te paguen para finalmente invitar a tus papás a comer. Solo te tiene que salir una oferta de sus favoritos en el McDonald's app. Ahorra con el app. Para pa pa pa. En McDonald's participantes.
Mow the Distance is back at your local Gravely dealer. Now through April 8th, you can save up to 25% with special financing available on America's most rugged mowers, including the ZT-HD, the residential mower built to commercial standards. Visit your local Gravely dealer today.
The games play here.
Here's Nieto. He'll scramble in, feed to the high slot. Carlson sent it out in front. Nieto a shot, and that tip denied by Omar, who scrambled left to right.
Jones with a reset, leans forward, takes the snap from Andrews, drops back, stands in, throws it back shoulder. Myers catches the 45 near side, tackled by Sherman. Boy, they're going to work against the former All-Pro.
You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub. Stay tuned for more.
At UMass Memorial Health, you can be a
nurse,
mental health clinician,
medical assistant,
but you can also be a
after-hours musician,
family chef,
t-ball coach.
That's because we hire you, all of you, and treat you like a person, not a position, with great pay and excellent benefits like retirement savings plans and tuition assistance. Come be you at UMass Memorial Health. Explore all we offer at wehireyou.org.
Felger and Maz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines.
After one period, the Bruins and Lightning all tied up at 1. Danton Heinen, the goal for Boston. It's his 15th of the season. One other game in the NHL tonight with the Senators leading the Sabres right now 5-1 midway through the second period. The Bruins will be back on Causeway on April 6th to take on the Panthers at 3:30. Visit bostonbruins.com/tickets to secure your seat to all the matinee action. Sports Up Headlines are brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Visit newenglandoilchange.com for 15% off your drive-through oil change at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. I'm Tim McCone. Judd and Bob have the second period next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealer.
BackstageCountry.com, your online home for all things country music. Like most fans of country music, we're excited to learn that Luke Combs was back in the studio working on his next album. We've come up with our list of iconic Luke Combs music videos. Yes, Lovin' On You made the cut. Text Luke to 45911 to see if your favorite made the list on BackstageCountry.com. Text Luke to 45911 and we'll send the link straight to your phone.
Hi, this is Jake DeBrusque, and I'm excited to team up with the Shaws at Star Market Foundation and 98.5 The Sports Hub once again for Feeding the Puck for Families. Every time me or one of my teammates feeds the puck this season to help score a goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors Initiative will donate funds to end hunger here in our local communities. Since its inception, Nourishing Neighbors has raised more than $250 million across the country to ensure our neighbors have the nutrition needed to thrive. Locally, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation will be enabling a donation of $100 every time we feed the puck for a goal to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help end hunger, up to $50,000. To learn more about Feed the Puck for families, visit 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Get a great offer on the stylish HR-V or the Honda Civic, which Car and Driver called fun to drive. Honda, the brand named Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value Brand for 2023. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.9% APR on a 2024 Honda Civic or HR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic SI and Type R Car and Driver January 2023 based on 2023 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book. Visit KBB.com for more information.
Not all engine oils are created equal. John Deere proprietary oil blends are made for your machine to protect it from whatever comes your way. Choose the oil that was made for it. Find it at your local dealer or online at johndeere.com/oils.
Your car's dings, faded paint, and scratches aren't going to fix themselves. At Maaco, paint damage repair is as easy as book, quote, fix. Come to Maaco to refresh your ride with a paint and collision repair backed by our best price guarantee. Uh-oh, better get Maaco.
A lot has changed since our start in 1960. Machines have gotten stronger, smaller, bigger, and smarter. With new technology, you can get to grade faster, hit your target payload the first time, and reduce the chance of accidents. But what hasn't changed is our commitment to you. At Milton Cat, our business is supporting your business with quality equipment, parts, and service. Visit MiltonCat.com today to learn why we've been the Northeast's trusted equipment dealer for over 60 years.
The home of the Bees, the Sports Hub.
Welcome back to Tampa. At the end of one, it's the Bruins one and the Lightning one. Our first intermission interview is sponsored by TD Bank. We're joined downstairs by Bruins centerman Pavel Zacha. Pavel, you ended up setting up the game-tying goal late in that first period. What was your read going down low in the Tampa end that triggered that game-tire?
Yeah, I think we kind of know what they like to do in their breakouts, and Pasta did a great job, forechecking in full speed and getting, trying to get the puck out of the guy's hands. And I think I was just trying to read the play, and I saw that, Heine was open at front, so I just gave it to him, and he did a great shot there.
Bob, what is it about Danton Heinen's game offensively that's maybe underrated?
Yeah, I think, just his, skill set. He can make really good plays, and, he's in the right areas, and, he's a hard-working guy, but, also very skilled. So I think that's something that, gets kind of, looked around, but, he can make plays, he can score goals. So I'm happy that, he's playing with us.
Pavel, last thing, just overall, the Bruins playing on back-to-back nights. How did that first period feel for your group?
Yeah, I think we have to, be a little bit better. I think especially through neutral zone, a little bit faster going through us, and we just have to get better with that.
Thanks, Bob. It's only human to be passionate, loyal, and all in when it comes to the Bruins, and it's only human to expect the same from your bank. And just like every season, TD will be here for all the wins, losses, and memorable moments. TD Bank, Bank of the Boston Bruins, member FDIC, TD Bank, NA. Both teams back on the ice. We're moments away from starting the second period. Bruins working left to right.
See if they can build on that goal that they scored later in the period. There was a couple opportunities for Tampa right after that, though. There was one that Linus Ullmark had to clear away from the crease area. Otherwise, it's a tap-in goal. It was a little bit of a good second effort there, or effort from Ullmark to make sure that puck got cleared. I think Tampa's got that high-end talent. I mean, it's just, they got some of that speed. If you allow them to get into transition and get some open ice, they can really be dangerous. But the Bruins had some opportunities of their own. I mean, Van Riemsdyk probably the best one on a rebound chance that was stopped by Vasilevsky, other than the goal that was scored there by Heinen. Took advantage of a turnover.
Zacha will dig in for the draw against Point. And Tampa wins the faceoff, and the second period is underway. Here's Kucherov, wheels in, dangles to the far corner, sent it back of the net. Chopped down by McAvoy. He'll rim it over to the near side. McAvoy hit the post in the first.
Yes, he did. That was a good shot.
Point feeds to the far side, back to Point, right circle. Stick handles through Heinen, sent it to the far side. Kucherov drifts the puck out in front, and it's Hedman who tried to bank it in off of Ullmark. Puck stays in, drilled to the far side, fired back of the net. Tampa coming out with a little quicker pace here. to start the second period. Point drives high slot. Radish shoots, and Ullmark the save. Dropped the puck out in front and then trapped it. That was a high, hard one that he stopped.
It was. I thought Radish could have just kept walking in. There's nobody near him. And he elected to take the shot from the top of the circle. I mean, it's a good setup, but there's just nobody around. Duclair's right in front. I get that, but he could have just kept walking in there. And then maybe he had an opportunity to maybe make a pass back door if he wanted to overpass a little bit, but Duclair had a whack at the rebound. It was about the game that Radish had about, what was it, like a month ago, maybe a little bit more than that now. He had 5 assists. Not a guy that you would think that would have 5 assists, but good on him.
He's got 5 goals and 28 points overall. He was a guy who last year in the American Hockey League ripped it up.
But 5 helpers in the NHL.
Puck cranked up the left side out to center ice. Flip back into the Bruins zone. Lindholm charges after it. Again, some different D pairs. It's Lindholm and Peak together right now. On the line high slot, it's turned over by Beecher. Coming the other way is Asimont. Trying to shake off Lindholm. Near circle Asimont. Up top, the long shot. And Ullmark the save on the drive by Lilleberg that might have been deflected coming in.
Off of the turnover at the offensive blue line.
And now a little bit more pushing and shoving in the high slot as the temperature has certainly been turned up since late in the first.
That Peak that was out there pushing and shoving out high that time, I believe it was.
18:47 left here in the second. Bruins won and the Lightning won.
Yeah, Beecher's got to make sure that puck does not get turned over there. Good defensive play, but he's trying to make that hard pass over to the right wing side, does not connect, and right back the other way come the Tampa Bay Lightning in that transition that we talked about. That was Paul who created the turnover, and Eastmont comes down the left wing side with Lindholm chasing him, and they end up getting a good chance on it on a redirect towards the net.
Lightning win the draw. Near point Dumba. He'll zip it to the near corner. Cut off by Wotherspoon. Takes his time on his backhand. Plays it off the glass and out to center ice. Marchand a dish to the middle that got intercepted by Cirelli. And the Lightning will set it up back in their own zone. Chernak, a right wing feed as Wotherspoon stepped up on Hagel. Hagel looked back to see who that was. Along the far side, Marchand digs it free. Chipped it to the middle. Here's DeBrusk. He'll flip it to the right corner. Goes to race after it. Dumba got in his way. Chernak gave it away in the near corner. Along the near side, DeBrusk. He'll backhand it deep. Marchand trying to scoop it up along the near side. Stamkos tapped it to the near corner. Rimmed back of the net. Dumba up the right side. A long right wing feed. And it's flipped down low by Cirelli. John Cooper wants a change. The longest tenured coach currently in the league at 12 years. Bruins deflect the puck in deep. Vasilevsky leaves it for Perbix. He'll try the near side. Lilleberg, a dish up left wing, and out at center ice is Glendening. Now Chafee, he'll bank it to the far circle. Angling over is McAvoy. And the Bruins pitch it up the left side out to center ice. McAvoy over the line right side. Took a shoulder from Lilleberg. And the Bruins lose the puck. The Lightning coming the other way. Here's Mott. Flipped it along the near side. Mott in the near corner, crashes into the boards, trying to scoop it up. A battle for it. McAvoy tapped it over to the near side. Boquist draped on him as Hedman. And now Grzelcyk back of his net. Passed it up the right side. Here's McAvoy. Long diagonal feed to the far wall. And Pastrnak didn't see it. We have icing here on the Bruins.
Trying to make a line change. That's another icing call sponsored by Tito's Handmade Vodka. Enjoy the game with a glass of Tito's on ice. Tito's cocktail of the week is the Tito's Transfusion. For tonight's recipe, go to 985thesportshub.com.
Brent Frederick and Tanner Janot leave the penalty boxes. Frederick had to get some repairs after the bout between those two in the first period. 17:03 left here in the second. Bruins won, Lightning won.
At opening day tomorrow, Judd?
Yes. Red Sox out on the West Coast, a late game in Seattle.
They're just wishing the Tampa Bay Rays good luck here on the Jumbotron.
Face off in the far circle in the Bruins end. Baseball's meant to be played outside.
You know the history of that ballpark, though, right?
Some of it. Puck jammed into the Bruins zone. The Lightning tag up.
Back in 1993-94,
That
the Lightning
part I
played there. Because that's where I played. Played in a football stadium, or a baseball stadium, excuse me.
Along the near
dome,
side.
or whatever you call that thing.
Heinen shoveled it back into his own zone.
It was called the Thunderdome back then.
Get to take any BP. McAvoy brings in an offside.
They didn't have a baseball team then.
When did the Rays come?
They didn't play there.
Now it's the Rays. It used to be the Devil Rays. They just dropped that.
They didn't play there.
1629.
Or maybe they played. Yeah, it was the whole top half was curtained off. We had 27,000 people in there for a game once, though.
Oh, that had to be amazing.
Yeah.
Face off in the near dot just beyond the Lightning line. Up left wing, it is Lindholm. He'll bounce it into the far corner. Back of the net, Lilleberg. Send it to the far side. The Bruins have been able to either generate some turnovers or cash in on some Lightning giveaways down low.
Tampa defensively this season in general has not been great. It's been one of their weaknesses.
They're 23rd in the league defensively heading into today's action. Lindholm with a steal and then got knocked down by Jeannot. The Bruins will head the other way. Here's Heinen over the line. He'll whistle it to the left of Vasilevsky. Ooh, the puck came right back into the slot. But Heinen overskated it, and Glendening will fire it in, and he got leveled by Brazeau after he did. The big man is thrown around his weight a little bit more. Over the line, far side is Beecher. Chipped the puck into the far corner. Brazeau finished his check hard on Chafee at the end boards. And it's set back into the Bruins' end. Allmark from his knees fired it back of the net. Beecher dished it up right wing. Brazeau skates into it. Brazeau near side. Along the near wall, it's shoveled by Van Riemsdyk. Popped off a Lightning stick. Brazeau keeps it in. Brazeau brace for the contact far side. Knotted up with the smaller Dumba. Far point Wotherspoon. Chipped it to the far side. Van Riemsdyk working against Chernak. Chernak taps it over to the near side. The Bruins will start to make some changes. We've played 5 minutes here in the second. Bruins 1 and the Lightning 1. Chafee opened the scoring for Tampa. Danton Heinen tied it. Both goals coming in the first. Far side in the neutral zone, Hagel picked off a pass up the left side. Bruins get it back. Here's Grizzly, shuttled it ahead for Coyle. He'll dish it to the far corner. Marchand chases after it. Spun around to the near side, Stamkos. He'll walk it out to the neutral zone. His pass through the middle brought in by Cirelli. Shoots, blockered aside by Allmark. Near point Stamkos, wings it across. Grizzly read it, got a piece of it. Hagel far side. Hagel drifts the puck toward the slot. The Bruins deny the clean pass. Sent back of the net by Hedman. Scraped to the far side. Up top Stamkos. Far wall Hagel. Flipped it back of the net. Getting to it is Grizzly. He's tied up with Hagel. And the Bruins exit the puck up the middle. Fired up left side out at center ice. Marchand takes his time. He'll fling it to the far circle, the Lightning end. Bruins changing. The Lightning trying to catch the Bruins with a quick up. Hagel near point. Hagel jammed against the wall by Geekie to the far corner peak. Far side Hedman protects it. Lindholm comes back to help. Lindholm will walk it up the middle. The Lightning making some changes. Peak, indirect, off the wall. This goes deep. No icing here.
Yeah, a couple real strong defensive plays with the Bruins in that D zone with the sticks, getting in passing lanes.
Lightning speed in. Here's Point. Dangles to the near side. Up to the left point, Perbix. Right point. The long shot sails wide, and the rebound just missed Point stick. Right of the net, Point. Wrap around, he scores! Allmark went down, and Point beat him to the near post. 2-1 Tampa.
Yeah, that first shot ricocheted and came out the other way. Just hopped over the stick of Braden Point. And they try the same thing again. D to D, get the one-timer, and Point, instead of trying to jam it in short side, he's going to use that quickness to go on his forehand all the way over to wrap this puck around. Beats Allmark to the spot. Allmark can't get there with his right pad and skate. Kind of got turned a little bit, and it was a long way for him to go to get over there. Couldn't get there in time, and Point able to ram this puck home.
Well, the Bruins are going to play behind again. Last night they had to battle back from 3 different deficits to win it over the Panthers. For Braden Point, that's his 42nd of the season. He now has the team's goal-scoring lead. He came in tied with Kucherov and tied for 7th in the league in goal scoring. Lightning dumped the puck in. Chipped over to the near side. Pastrnak guides it ahead. The Lightning lose it. Zacha will feed it up right wing. Here's Heinen. Had it stripped just as he penetrated by Hedman. Hagel. He'll drill it into the left corner. It got slowed up. Zacha in the near corner. Leaves it along the near side. A headman pass. Pastrnak flipped to the middle. Zacha wheels his way ahead. He'll speed over the line. Right point. Heinen protects to Pastrnak. Trying to shake to the middle. Tripped up. And Stamkos is pleading his case. But the Bruins will have their first power play. 12:31 left here in the second. Lightning 2 and the Bruins 1. We'll take a timeout on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealers.
If you've ever spilled grass seed on your lawn and accidentally created the world's largest bird feeder, then you know that lawn care isn't easy. If it were, everyone would do it, as well as True Green does it. Our science-driven expertise ensures your custom, nutrient-rich treatment works to deliver a greener, healthier lawn. And it's all backed by the True Green Guarantee. Go to TrueGreen.com today and save 50% off your first application. It's time to trust your experts at True Green. True Green. Live life outside.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When you find a deal on your favorite thing in the McDonald's app and order it, does that technically count as online shopping? Save money with the app. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
At participating McDonald's, prices may vary.
Gravely's Mow the Distance sales event is back. Now through April 8th, you can save up to 25% with special financing available on America's most rugged mowers, including the Gravely ZT HD. It's the residential mower built to commercial standards with the power, durability, and high performance Gravely is known for. With a Gravely, you can count on more comfort, more speed, and more precision. But hurry, these special Mow the Distance savings are only available through April 8th and only at your authorized Gravely dealer.
Connect with Boston's home for sports online. 98.5 thesportshub.com.
The Bruins' first power play is brought to you by Bosch Tools, engineered for efficiency, comfort, and ease. Bosch Tools are built to keep workers going at full strength. Bosch Tools, what hard workers deserve. Face off in the far circle, the Lightning end.
Now Stamkos going to the box, and I mean he picked the puck first, knocked the puck away from Pastrnak initially, then he took out his feet, and I think he thought that since he got puck first that should not have been a penalty. I mean, he got puck, then he got feet, and he was getting an explanation from the referee at the penalty box. So
puck drilled all the way down by the Lightning. The Bruins 8th in the league on the power play. The Lightning penalty kill 6th, and they've killed 29 of their last 30. Here comes Zacha, center circle. Right wing to Pastrnak over the line. Right circle, Coyle muscled through a check. He'll bang it over to the far side. Marchand tested up top. The Bruins guided over to the right side. Pastrnak spins to the right point. Pastrnak tapped it, high slot. McAvoy far circle. Marchand pulls, drags, couldn't get a shot away, and the Lightning just get it by McAvoy and down. McAvoy back to get it. Takes a look up at the clock. 1:12 remaining in the Bruins power play. They trail 2-1 with 11.5 minutes left in the second. Pastrnak center circle. A lead over the line. Zacha, his pass to the far side, picked off. And Ullmark out to play it. He'll drive it up the right side. Banked ahead for Coyle. To the right circle. Flipped out in front. Deflected. Vasilevsky the save. Rebound available. And it's flipped back to the far circle in the Bruins zone. Ullmark out to set it up. Second unit coming on. Lindholm has it back of the net. 11:10 remaining in the second. 39 seconds left here on this Bruins power play. DeBrusk speeds ahead, flipped it in, gloved by Dumba, down it goes.
Dumba will never have an easier play than that. DeBrusk tried to dump that puck in, put it right in Dumba's hand.
Here's Lindholm again. Feeds right wing at the red line, Geekie. Goes over the line, far side. The Lightning couldn't get it out. They had an attempt. Right point, it's Brazeau, right circle. Saucers up top, Lindholm. Fires just wide, rebound. Backdoor, far side, it's Geekie. Settles it, snapped it up top.
Hard pass.
Right point to Brusque, across. Geekie centered out in front, and Brazeau from his knees couldn't get to it, and it's cleared. Stamkos is out of the box. Not in the neutral zone, Van Riemsdyk. Chopped it to the slot in his own zone. Lindholm fading back. He'll now work his way north. Up left wing, the puck is deflected down low by the Bruins, and Hedman a quick up, picked off by the Bruins. Out at center ice, it's Beecher. Left wing feed. Now Wotherspoon lifts it to the left of Vasilevsky. Back of the net, Frederick. Tied up with Chernak. Far circle, now to the left point. Wotherspoon into the slot. Beecher. His pass to Frederick on and off his blade. Frederick trying to stay with it. The Bruins muscle to keep it in. Hedman with that long reach. He's 6'7", will guide it up the right side all the way into the Bruins zone. And we have icing on the Lightning.
It's hockey season. It's Peerless Boiler season. Replace your old boiler and water heater with a new Peerless Boiler and Pavilion tankless water heater. Find your local dealer at peerlessboilers.com, and remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers. Little trouble getting into the zone for the Bruins. The best chance came with Zacha going to the net, trying to get behind everybody, and Coyle tried to feather that pass over to him from the right wing side. Zacha got a piece of it, and Vasilevsky made the blocker save.
That's the only shot on goal of the period for the Bruins. Face off in the far circle in the Tampa end. The Lightning pull it ahead, and out they come. Here's Point, center circle. He'll ramble over the line. Swept off his stick by Peak. Bruins reverse it over to the near side. Frederick took a hit, made a play. Brought out by Boquist. He'll drive it into the right corner. Goes to chase after it. He and Perbix collide in the near corner. Puck flipped back of the net. Point over to help out. Point snaps it to the left side, Lilleberg. Hands to Kucherov. He'll drive to the front. Kucherov out in front, shoots, and it got blocked. Frederick takes his time, an outlet up the middle. Now Boquist. He'll guide it to the right corner of the Tampa, and the Bruins making some changes. Back of the net. Van Riemsdyk tried to dish it out in front, and the Lightning scoop it up. They'll head the other way. 3-on-3. Point knuckled it to the left of Ullmark. Back of the net, Grzelcyk knotted up. Chafee's got it, far circle. Up to the left point now, Radish shoots, and he sailed it wide looking for a tip. Hedman far side keeps it in. Bruins kick it up the left side out to center ice. And it's fired off a skate to Vasilevsky. He stops it. Swept it over to the far side, Radish. A dish out to the neutral zone. 8.5 minutes remaining here in the second. Lightning 2, Bruins 1. The long shot by Eyssimont is gloved by Ullmark. And we'll take a timeout. Lightning 2 and the Bruins 1 here in Tampa on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealers.
Get a great offer on the stylish HR-V or the Honda Civic, which car and driver called fun to drive. Honda, the brand named Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com best value brand for 2023. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.9% APR on a 2024 Honda Civic or HR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Exclusive against and Type R car and driver January 2023 based on 2023 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book. Visit KBB.com for more information.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When you find a deal on your favorite thing in the McDonald's app and order it, does that technically count as online shopping? Save money with the app. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
At participating McDonald's, prices may vary.
The Celtics play here at the Sports Hub.
The second period faceoff is sponsored by WellPoint, formerly Unicare. His team with Charlie Coyle, Massachusetts State and Local Police, the professional firefighters of Massachusetts, and Bruins Radio for faceoffs for first responders to encourage first responders to ask for help when the job gets to be too much. Get started on your path to whole health now at wellpoint.unicare.com. Braden Point with a go-ahead goal here in the second period, his 42nd from Lilleberg and Perbix. Time of the goal, 6:50. Lightning have it near point of the Bruins zone. They paddle it down low. Peak stays with his check, Hagel. The Bruins hack it up the near side out to center ice. DeBrusk reaching for it. And now in front of his net, here's Lindholm. He'll pivot. Around to check is Coyle. Center circle over the line high slot. Taken off the puck by the back-checking Hagel. The Bruins hack it into the near corner. On the near side, Marchand trying to wrestle it free. DeBrusk does up top. Now Marchand, high slot, shoots off a leg just wide. Good screen out in front.
Yeah, Marchand had an opportunity in that first period. He passed it up.
Peak, right of the net. Marchand fakes, dished it up top. Lindholm, far side. The one-timer, and Vasilevsky, a stick save on Peak.
Yeah, good movement, though.
Given away, DeBrusk shoots, blocked, and the rebound caroms back into the Bruins' end.
Yeah, nice block down on one knee. That was Dumba. DeBrusk right in the slot area on that puck that came loose.
Here's Pastrnak over the line. Now Heinen left of the net. Left of the cage. Back of the net. Tried to center it. Got deflected, and Vasilevsky's seen enough. He freezes.
That was promising, and the Bruins were making that change. They got fresh bodies on the ice. Pastrnak stayed on side. There's that quick up. And the Lightning were trying to get people on the ice as well. And Heinen passed up an opportunity, a little frustrated with himself. But the Lightning do a good job at fronting and getting, making Heinen try to get that extra step to find a lane to the net. Marchand had the same issue previous shift. So did DeBrusk.
They saw right circle in the Tampa and 7:15 left here in the second. 2-1 Lightning. And Point will chip it out to the neutral zone. Here's Paul. Right wing feed over the line. Kucherov hits the brakes. Sent it back
offside,
for one of the latecomers, Radish, and it is offside. Pastrnak nearly picked that off and headed north. David Pastrnak last night hitting the century mark. He's got 101 points with a goal and an assist last night. He's the first Bruin to do it in back-to-back seasons since Adam Oates in 93-94. The record holder for consecutive seasons with 100 points, Bobby Orr. He did it 6 times. That's incredible. Pastrnak over the line left side. Out in front, poke check by Vasilevsky. The rebound skittered to the far corner. And the guy in one booth, or 2 booths to the right of us, Phil Esposito, he did it 5 straight times. McAvoy drags the puck out to center ice. It's turned over, and then Kucherov blew a tire.
Good thing, otherwise it's a 2-on-1 with him and Point.
And Kucherov disgusted. He's going to head off.
Yeah, he's going over to yell at the equipment guy.
Right point, Pastrnak wings it to Heinen, who was behind him. He banks it up top. High slot now to the right point, McAvoy for Wotherspoon. He'll backhand it down low. Radish dished it over to the near side. Hedman ambles ahead slowly. It's kicked into the Bruins zone by Jeannot. Wotherspoon in the near corner. Everybody knotted up trying to get to that puck. Geekie has it. He'll hit the brakes and scrape it to McAvoy. Plays it up right wing, and Frederick guides it out to center ice. Frederick zipped it into the right corner of the Lightning end. Bruins making a few changes as the puck is pounded deep into the Bruins zone. Over to the far side, Glendening. He left it in the right corner. Tampa's changing. And now here's Frederick. He'll motor up the middle. Angles right at the red line. Brings it into the right point. Now to the right corner. Ridden against the corner boards. Flip back of the net. Van Riemsdyk trapped it. Centered. Vasilevsky blocked it.
Another good stick with.
Now Geekie turns. Lilleberg wraps him up.
He had Frederick wide open there. If he'd seen him right away, still would have had to go through a body to get it to him. But Vasilevsky's made 2 really alert plays with the paddle. Pastrnak bringing the puck to the net, and then that attempted pass right there.
5 minutes to go here in the second. Bruins down 2-1. Puck hacked into the high slot. Chafee keeps it in. Sent to the far side. Asamont shoots. That got blocked.
And Chafee's had a goal in this game, and I know that helps, but he's had a good game. You've called his name in a lot of good situations so far.
Now over the line right side. Just offside was John Beecher, and we've got to stop. We'll take a timeout. 4:51 left in the second. The Lightning 2 and the Bruins 1. On the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealers.
The Honda you want is here. Drive in the moment with the road trip ready Accord Hybrid and CR-V Hybrid from Honda. So bring on the weekend getaways. Bring on the far destinations. Bring on the memories. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.9% APR on a 2024 Honda Accord Hybrid or CR-V Hybrid.
See dealer for financing details.
At UMass Memorial Health, you can be a
nurse,
mental health clinician,
medical assistant,
but you can also be a
after-hours musician,
family chef,
t-ball coach.
That's because we hire you, all of you, and treat you like a person, not a position, with great pay and excellent benefits like retirement savings plans and tuition assistance. Come be you at UMass Memorial Health. Explore all we offer at wehireyou.org.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Listen live. Check out our podcast with the 98.5 The Sports Hub app.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
Boston. This is Boston's most listened to sports station. Boston's home for sports. 98.5 The Sports Hub. Beasley Media Group Station.
Face off in front of the Tampa bench. Great point with the only goal here in the second period after the two teams traded goals in the first. Bruins down 2-1. Zacha, Pastrnak, and Heinen out there for the Bruins. Heinen registered the game tire late in the first period. And the Lightning off the draw will drive it in. Near corner peak, takes a look. They'll spank the puck up the right side. Just missed Zacha in flight out at center ice.
Good redirect there from Pastrnak, though.
Pastrnak brings it into the right circle. Shoots. Vasilevsky, a blocker save. And the puck chipped back into the Bruins zone. That's only the fourth shot of the period for the Bruins. Now Pastrnak with a step into the slot. Backhand, forehand, stripped of the puck by Hedman, who got it. Given away, here's Heinen. High slot, Pastrnak, right circle. Zacha shoots, and he missed the target. Now the Lightning will come the other way. Kucherov steers his way in. Poke check with Tampa changing. Swept ahead, Pastrnak, end of his shift, couldn't reach it. And Vasilevsky steers it to the far side.
Eventful. That puck wouldn't settle for Pastrnak. He tried to make a move backhand to forehand. Hedman was able to sweep that puck away. I don't think he ever had full control, though, the way he wanted to.
Far corner of the Bruins zone, Glendening took a check from Wotherspoon, dug free by Coyle. He'll navigate over to the near circle, trying to spin away from Janot. Now Wotherspoon cranked it up the far side, the Bruins with an outlet, and they'll race over the line. Coyle shoveled it to the right corner, catches up to it. Marchand right of the cage, trying to kick it by Dumba. DeBrusk battling a puck in the right corner. Back of the net now, Marchand up to the left point. Wotherspoon, rink wide. Carlo swung it into the right corner. Marchand couldn't knock it down. It looked like it was waist high.
Bouncing puck.
Back of the net now, DeBrusk rotates it back up high. Wotherspoon shot it off the end boards, and Vasilevsky freezes it at the far post.
Fans of VideoBank and Patrice Bergeron have teamed up again this season for Assists for Kids. For every Boston assist, they'll donate $50 up to $37,000 to help Metro West youth hockey players pay for hockey. Get details at videobank.com/Team Bergeron. A VideoBank, honest to goodness. Member FDIC, member DIF.
Face off in the far circle, the Lightning end.
I think the best chance might have been Zacha. You know, that good passing play. Little fake shot in the middle over to the left side, through the seam to the right wing side to Zacha. He doesn't one-time it, but he doesn't dust it off either. Rip that shot up and over top of the crossbar.
Tampa nearly gave it away. Geekie got a glove on an exit pass. Stamkos leaves near circle Cirelli. Spun it over to the far side. And it's jammed off the back glass. Up top, Lilleberg. Rink wide. Long shot coming in. Missed the target. Near circle Stamkos to the slot. The shot delivered. And Ullmark takes it in as Cirelli is sandwiched by a couple of Bruins. Takes a whack from Frederick.
Throws a punch at McAvoy and took another punch by McAvoy.
And the linesman's starting to separate some of the combatants. They battle in the far corner now. Frederick John away with the referee.
Cirelli's a valuable player for this team, and he sticks his nose in there. He's not the biggest guy, but he doesn't back down either. And there's Hagel with the initial chance, and then everything started after that in front of the net.
Cirelli had the overtime game winner to conclude their West Coast road trip. 2:45 left here in the second. Bruins trailing 2-1.
Hagel and McAvoy yelling at each other right now.
The linesman trying to separate those two. And Hagel looks like he's going to head to the bench. No penalties called on that skirmish.
Yeah, it's either called two of them or don't call any. So I don't mind that.
These are the same referees we had last night in Florida. Kendrick Nicholson and TJ Luxmore.
I asked Brad Marchand on the airplane there. I said, what did the referee say to you later on, after you took that strange looking penalty? So the stick broke, but it was broken before. And he did tell me the referee would take a look at it because it was happening in the third period, right? So he'd take a close look at it and talk to him today. So I'm curious of what he said.
Face off in the near circle in the Bruins end. Point will lean in and take it against Geekie.
Yeah, he looked at me. How about that? Can you believe I got a penalty for that?
Geekie will crouch down.
Yeah, pretty much.
Bruins win the draw up the right side peak to Heinen. He'll fling it into the neutral zone and Zacha dumps it deep. Geekie was just out there for the draw. He exits. And now Point far side. The Bruins will not let him wind up. And the puck drilled out to the neutral zone. Here's Point up left wing over the line. Along the near side, strip to the puck. Trying to battle to get it back. Kucherov trying to fish it out as well. Along the near side, Heinen. Now Point. Poked it to the far corner. Down low, Radish. Met by Zacha. They battle for the puck in the right corner. 2 minutes to go here in the second. 2-1 Tampa. In the right corner, they still battle away. Peak trying to get to it. Up top, here it comes. Duclair, Saucers, Hedman left circle. Flings it across. It's blocked by the Bruins. And Pastrnak darts the other way. He'll scoot into the zone, far side. On his backhand, tripped up. And the Lightning going to go short-handed here as Pastrnak crashed into Vasilevsky.
Yeah, if Heinen had anything left in the tank, which he did not, that would have been a clear 2-on-1. But Heinen, at the end of a shift, he's exhausted, just going to the bench right now. Pastrnak had the jump coming down the left side. Lightning are actually back in pretty good shape, but they end up taking the tripping penalty. Pastrnak just gets his feet moving up the ice. Duclair's on the back check that time. Pastrnak trying to come in. Duclair really didn't have to there because he's got a defenseman back, and Heinen really wasn't a factor. But he's hustling on the back check. I get that, but you don't want to let Pastrnak get a little time and space to let that shot go. Now the Bruins didn't have much going on that first power play. We mentioned how good Tampa's penalty kill has been here recently. See if they can cash in now late in the second period.
Face off in the far circle. Bruins win the draw. Left point now. Here's McAvoy. Deals to Pastrnak. Left point. Fires out in front. Off the inboards over to the near side. Chopped up top and back into the Bruins zone. Bruins on their first power play chance only registered one shot on goal. Here's McAvoy. Up the middle. Right wing feed Coyle. For the late coming Pastrnak, steers to the middle. Bruins bring it in. Left circle now, Marchand.
McAvoy got flattened after he dropped that puck in the neutral zone there.
Far corner now, Pastrnak. He'll wing it back of the net. Bumped over to the near side, protecting And now it's sent to the far circle. Pastrnak trying to shake free from Mott, far corner. Under a minute to play here in the second. Bruins trailing 2-1. It's sent into the slot. It's deflected. Vasilevsky the save.
Oh, great deflection from Coyle. Just a better save.
Now right corner, it's Coyle. Right of the net. Flings into the slot. McAvoy's got it. Angles to the right. Back to Coyle at the right point. To McAvoy. Up top. Now Pastrnak. Zacha. Pastrnak. Here it comes. And Vasilevsky took it off the mask. Back of the net now Pastrnak. Lilleberg digs it free. Drills it just by a diving Coyle and out. 24 seconds left in the period. Bruins on the power play. McAvoy whistles it in. Vasilevsky stops it. Drills it off the glass near side. Right back to McAvoy. High slot now Marchand. Shoots. Deflected just wide. Rebound back of the net. Batted to the near side with 9. Dug out by Geekie. Up top McAvoy to Geekie right circle. Shoots. Blocked by Lilleberg, who's lost his stick. Sent out in front. And it trickles just wide. The Bruins will still have 20 seconds left in the power play when the third period begins. Braden Point with the game's only goal in that second period at the end of 2. It's the Lightning 2 and the Bruins 1. Piercy and I will bring you back for the second intermission in a moment on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealers.
Get a great offer on the stylish HR-V or the Honda Civic, which Car and Driver called fun to drive. Honda, the brand named Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com best value brand for 2023. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.9% APR on a 2024 Honda Civic or HR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic SI and Type R Car and Driver January 2023 based on 2023 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book. Visit KBB.com for more information.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
No tienes que esperar a que te paguen para finalmente invitar a tus papás a comer. Solo te tiene que salir una oferta de sus favoritos en el McDonald's app. Ahorra con el app. Para pa pa pa. En McDonald's participantes.
As humans, we're naturally driven by the search for better. But when it comes to hiring, the best way to search for a candidate isn't to search at all. Don't search, match with Indeed. When I was looking to hire someone, it was so slow and overwhelming. I wish I had used Indeed. If you need to hire, you need Indeed. Indeed is your matching and hiring platform with over 350 million global monthly visitors, according to Indeed data, and a matching engine that helps you find quality candidates fast. Ditch the busy work. Use Indeed for scheduling, screening, and messaging so you can connect with candidates faster. And Indeed doesn't just help you hire faster. 93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites, according to a recent Indeed survey. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/podcast. That's Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
Before Shopify, were you wondering, where are my sales at? Now you're selling with Shopify, the global commerce platform supercharging your selling. You have no problem selling online, in person, on social media, and beyond. Gary, easy on the cha-ching.
Oh, sorry, but my Shopify sales are through the roof.
Start selling with Shopify today and discover how millions of businesses around the world use Shopify to ignite their selling. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/listen. Shopify.com/listen.
Cup Noodles' new paper cup is now microwavable.
Wait, wasn't it always microwavable?
Now easier. Now faster. Now microwavabler.
Is that even a word?
The original Cup Noodles noodles. The same great taste you love.
I do love them.
Ready in only 2 minutes and 15 seconds.
Like that.
In a cup made from 40% recycled paper.
All right.
Look for the Cup Noodles paper cup in stores now.
They're microwavabler.
At UMass Memorial Health, you can be a
nurse, mental health clinician,
medical assistant,
but you can also be a
after-hours musician,
family chef,
t-ball coach.
That's because we hire you, all of you, and treat you like a person, not a position, with great pay and excellent benefits like retirement savings plans and tuition assistance. Come be you at UMass Memorial Health. Explore all we offer at wehireyou.org.
Home of the Revs, the Sports Hub.
Now Wotherspoon navigating right at the red line. Flipped it high to the right corner. Puck given away out in front. Heinen shoots. He scores! A clean giveaway by the Lightning. And Dan Heinen fading back into the right circle. Drills it by the blocker of Vasilevsky. Bruins 1, Lightning 1. That's our Bruins Exceptional Play, presented by Timberline Construction, providing truly exceptional service in construction management, pre-construction, design, build, and due diligence support. Learn more at timberlineconstruction.com. Timberline Construction, exceptional, no exceptions. We've hit the second intermission here in Tampa, and the Lightning have moved in front 2-1. And Beersy, early in that second period, the Lightning upped their tempo.
I think they did, maybe. Yeah, early, right? I think as the period went on, it's been a game where, Judd, I think that the Bruins haven't been completely outplayed. I think Tampa's been, by a slim margin, the better team here through two periods. But it's a slim margin, and it shows it in the score. It's 2-1. I think the Bruins are lacking that extra gear, today. You had a hard-fought game last night. I know every team's got to do it, but I think you documented a little while ago how many back-to-back games the Bruins have had this year compared to some other teams, and it's quite high actually. And but I think last night takes a lot out of them, right? That's an emotional, energy-packed game against a rival. You're fighting for first place, and I think the Bruins' effort is there today. But I do think that, except for a couple guys, I think that they're just kind of lacking that extra gear. I think Pastrnak definitely found it in that second period. He draws both penalties, by carrying the puck towards the net. The second one was on Duclair. The first one was on Stamkos, both for tripping. He had a couple of break-ins. He had a good setup for Zacha. So he's found his gear. He's found those legs. And I just think that it's been good, but if they can find that, that extra oomph here in this third period, then you got a good chance to be in it. You're down by one goal, and you haven't played poorly, and this means a lot more to Tampa. And they're playing some good hockey right now, and their numbers here, their numbers on the road trip were excellent. So this is a good team that's playing at the top of their game, probably it's best that they played all season long. Got the number one scorer in the NHL. So far, so good with him, although he's had a couple, the looks, but you kept him off the score sheet for the most part. Point got on the board there in the second period with that wraparound goal. It was after a pretty good shift by the Lightning in the offensive zone.
Andrei Vasilevsky's made some alert plays with that stick.
Yeah, he gets the paddle down, right? Pastrnak tried to bring a puck to the net from his off wing from the left side. He's trying to bring it strong to the front of the net. He had the step on the defenseman, and it's the good stick by Vasilevsky, not allowing him to get to the front of the net, just puts the paddle flat along the ice to prevent that puck from coming through. And then there was an attempted pass from below the goal line right out in front. You had an open man in front. And again, alert play. It's not a hard play for goaltenders if you're into it, you're with it, and you're confident in it, but it's something that you see a lot of, and he makes a nice play there as well. But the Bruins had a couple good chances in that period. Had a good passing play that the puck ended up on Zacha's stick in the right wing side, and he ripped that puck right up over the crossbar. It wasn't a one-timer, but he didn't dust it off, right? He got the puck on his tape, and he took that shot knowing that he wanted to go high with Vasilevsky coming across to his left, but just threw it right over the top of the crossbar. That was a good passing play by that line.
Scoring summary. In the first period, Mitchell Chaffee got it started at 10:06 with his fourth of the season. Danton Heinen tied it with his 15th from Pavel Zacha at 17:11. In the second period, Braden Point on a wraparound records his 42nd goal of the season. Lilleberg and Perbix the assist. Time of the goal 6:50, and it's the Lightning with a 2-1 lead over the Bruins at the end of 40 minutes of play. Shots on goal through 2 in favor of Tampa, 21-18. In the second period, it was 9-8 Lightning, but it took the Bruins a while. They were stuck on one shot for a good portion of that second period. On the power play, each team 0 for 1. The Bruins still have 20 seconds remaining on a penalty to Anthony Duclair to begin the third period. Music of the game is brought to you by LiveNation.com. Tim McCone has your Sports Hub headlines next. On the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins radio network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealers.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The Honda you want is here, so drive in the moment with the versatile Honda CR-V or Accord, all from the 2023 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.9% APR on the 2024 Honda Accord and a 2.9% APR on the 2024 CR-V.
See dealer for financing details based on 2023 brand image words from Kelley Blue Book. Visit kbb.com for more information.
No tienes que esperar a que te paguen para finalmente invitar a tus papás a comer. Solo te tiene que salir una oferta de sus favoritos en el McDonald's app. Ahorra con el app. Para pa pa pa. En McDonald's participantes.
The bedroom. Guys, that's one place it's better to do things the hard way. The easy part for guys is BlueChew.com. At BlueChew.com, get chewables with the same active ingredients as Viagra or Cialis, but cheaper. Medical consultation, but no doctor's office. Prescriptions, but no pharmacy visit. Try a free month for just $5 shipping using promo code YES at BlueChew.com. Confidence delivered. BlueChew.com. Promo code YES. The easy way to do it the hard way.
New podcast alert. Don't miss the newest podcast hitting the air. Black Health Wins with Dr. Robert Wynn is here. Get your win with turnkey solutions to living your best life, health success stories, health tips, and more. Featuring Dr. Robert Wynn of VCU Massey Comprehensive Cancer Center and special guest. I'm your host, Community Chloe, and I'll be asking the must-know questions when it comes to Black Health. Download Black Health Wins with Dr. Robert Wynn on Google Play and the App Store. Black Health Wins with Dr. Robert Wynn.
The only place to hear the game, the Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines.
After 2 periods, the Lightning lead the Bruins 2-1. Danton Heinen in the goal for Boston. It's his 15th of the season. So far tonight, Boston has won 15 faceoffs, so Wellpoint, formerly Unicare, Charlie Coyle, and Franklin Sports donates $225 to provide Franklin Sports street hockey equipment to 15 Massachusetts towns to help kids get out and play to improve their mental health. So far, they've donated $3,525 on their way to $15,000. Get started on your path to whole health now at wellpoint.unicare.com. One other game in the NHL tonight with the Senators leading the Sabres 5-2 midway through the third period. In the NFL, LSU quarterback Jaden Daniels holding his pro day today. New England sending 9 staffers, including head coach Gerard Mayo and director of scouting Elliott Wolf, to evaluate Daniels along with his top receivers Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas Jr. Adam Schefter reporting that Jadeveon Clowney has reached agreement on a 2-year, $20 million deal worth up to $24 million with the Carolina Panthers. Red Sox begin their season tomorrow night on the road in Seattle. Brian Bayo getting the start for Boston. First pitch set for 10-10. Elsewhere in the Major League Baseball, Dodgers and catcher Will Smith have reached agreement on a 10-year, $140 million contract extension. Be the first to know if last-minute tickets become available ahead of a Bruins home game. Opt in to receive a text message the day of a home game when last-minute tickets are released. Head to bostonbruins.com/ticket alerts or text Bruins to 51984 to opt in. I'm Tim McCone. John Bob have the third period next in the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealers.
StageCountry.com, your online home for all things country music.
Like most fans of country music, we're excited to learn that Luke Combs was back in the studio working on his next album. We've come up with our list of iconic Luke Combs music videos. Yes, Lovin' On You made the cut. Text Luke to 45911 to see if your favorite made the list on BackstageCountry.com. Text Luke to 45911 and we'll send the link straight to your phone.
At UMass Memorial Health, you can be a
nurse,
mental health clinician,
medical assistant,
but you can also be a
after-hours musician,
family chef,
t-ball coach.
That's because we hire you, all of you, and treat you like a person, not a position, with great pay and excellent benefits like retirement savings plans and tuition assistance. Come be you at UMass Memorial Health. Explore all we offer at wehireyou.org.
More isn't necessarily better. At CrowdStrike, we understand that a holistic cybersecurity approach is the only way to protect your business from active real-time threats. Which is why we created our data-centric platform to have one agent, one console, and one integrated workflow to focus on our one mission: stop breaches. When a cyber attack hits, who do you want powering your defense? CrowdStrike. We stop breaches.
Gravely's Mow the Distance sales event is back. Now through April 8th, you can save up to 25% with special financing available on America's most rugged mowers, including the Gravely ZT HD. It's the residential mower built to commercial standards with the power, durability, and high performance Gravely is known for. With a Gravely, you can count on more comfort, more speed, and more precision. But hurry, these special Mow the Distance savings are only available through April 8th and only at your authorized Gravely dealer.
At Milton Cat, our business is supporting your business with quality equipment, parts, and service. Visit MiltonCat.com today to learn why we've been the Northeast's trusted equipment dealer for over 60 years.
Stay up to date with all the Boston Bruins injuries during the Catches Law Injury Report on the Boston Bruins Radio Network. Catches Law, the official law firm of the Boston Bruins. They've won over $2 billion for their clients. When you're injured and can't work, turn to Catches Law. There's no fee unless you win. Go to catcheslaw.com to schedule your free consultation today.
Felger and Naz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub. Now it's time to look back at 100 years of Boston Bruins hockey, presented by Granite City Electric.
This is Peterson from Middleton, coming in alone. Rick Middleton scores! Rick Middleton from Barry Peterson. Middleton breaks it up, comes off the boards with it, gives it to Peterson, shoots, scores! Another assist for Rick Middleton as he set up Barry Peterson for a quick wrist shot.
Freddie Cusick on the call. Back on this date in 1984, Rick Middleton had a goal and 3 assists to hit the 100-point mark on the season. It was the 20th time in club history that a Bruin had reached that milestone, and he became the second Bruin to hit that number in the 84 season. Barry Peterson notched 116 points that year, finishing 6th in the National Hockey League. That look back at 100 years of Bruins hockey was presented by Granite City Electric Supply, celebrating 100 years of service to electrical contractors and our communities throughout New England. Go to granitecityelectric.com. Both teams on the ice. We're about ready to start the third period. The Bruins working right to left. They've got a little bit of time remaining on a Duclair penalty, and they're trailing 2-1 to start this third period.
You know, just going back to Barry Peterson there for a second, you know, he'll forever be known as the guy that got traded for Cam Neely, right? I mean, we know that. But I heard someone talking the other day, said, yeah, he was decent, he was a serviceable player. And I said, whoa, serviceable? Do you know what his numbers look like when he was in his prime? He put up phenomenal numbers. He was great with Rick Middleton. And I said, you're underestimating what he was capable of. He was a good player.
Vastly. With the Bruins, in the 7 years, he had 417 points in 379 games.
There you go. I mean, now, look, Cam turned out to be what Cam was, and they also got a first-round pick, which was Glenn Wesley. And at that point in Barry's career, he was, kind of winding down a little bit. But his numbers were phenomenal with Boston.
He was also dealing with an injury as we get things underway.
A couple of them, yeah.
Here's McAvoy. Leaves it back at his own line. Zacha to Pastrnak. Snapped it ahead. Breaking for it is McAvoy out in front. Couldn't corral the puck. It's sent over to the near side.
Vasilevsky reached for it and missed it.
High slot now. Pastrnak shoots. Blocked to Zacha. Lightning are back at full strength. McAvoy in the right corner. Jammed it to Marchand. He's leaned on by Chernak. Hedman far side. Sent it to the middle. Duclair falling down. Slides it on the fresh ice all the way down. Why is that not icing? Up the middle. Here's Geekie. He'll speed his way in. Angles right. 1-on-4.
I don't think that was a set play there. You know, the Bruins coming out. That McAvoy he's the guy that got in there first on that dump-in.
Peak back in his own end. Dished it over to the near side to Grzelcyk. Up the middle. He just missed DeBrusk. Now Eyssimont to the far corner. Leaves left of the net. Paul shoots and Ullmark the save.
That ball was left open there.
Bruins haven't given up many clean looks in the game. Out at center ice, the Bruins scoop up the loose puck. Here's DeBrusk. He'll drag it over the line near side. Send it out in front. Boquist couldn't get his stick free.
Boquist and Frederick there.
And now Eyssimont speeds his way in. Crisscrosses. Near corner. He'll try and throw it out in front. Threw it off the side of the net. Dished it out in front. And Ullmark, a good stop out in front on the opportunity by Chafee.
Fans, check out the hardest working Player of the Week content on 98.5thesportshub.com, brought to you by the Peterson School. Are you a master in your trade and interested in passing the torch to the next generation of tradespeople? Join the growing team of instructors at the Peterson School. Visit petersonschool.com to learn more.
Big sequence here for Linus Ullmark to start. Stops Nick Paul and Mitchell Chafee here to keep it a one-goal affair. It's 2-1 Tampa with 18:27 left here in the third. Along the near side, Mott shoveled it to the near corner. Carlos lost his stick trying to retrieve it. It's actually shattered in two behind the net. Now back of the net, here's Glendening. Along the near side, Mott shoveled it through the middle and out to center ice. Dumped back in by Lilleberg, around to the near side. Wotherspoon took a hit, made the play. Bruins spin it over to the far side, an outlet to the middle. Here's Boquist. He'll speed over the line, watched by Mott. Boquist had it stripped as Mott stayed with him.
Yeah, it's a good defensive play by Mott. I mean, Boquist can really move. He was at the end of a shift, so he didn't have that, again, that extra gear to try to get to. And Mott hounded him all the way coming back into his own zone.
17:48 left here in the third. Bruins trailing 2-1. All the goals have come 5-on-5 here in the game. That's an area where the Bruins have thrived. They're third in the league, 5-on-5. The Lightning, it's been an issue for them. They're 27th in the league in that category. Far side in the neutral zone, Hedman delays and then deals it in. Cut off by McAvoy. McAvoy drilled it up the middle to Zacha. Batted through the middle, and it's cut off by Radish. Drilled into the right corner of the Bruins end. Ullmark slows it. Dish back of the net now, McAvoy. Left wing feed at the red line, Heinen. He has the only Bruins goal. It tied the game at 1 late in the first. Vasilevsky throws it around to the far side. It hits some of the traffic on the far wall. Pastrnak up top, McAvoy shakes right, shoots. Vasilevsky the save, gave up a rebound.
McAvoy's had some good looks in this game. Hit the post in the first period. Did that break in here early.
Point chipped it over to the near side. Radish dumped it down low. Cut off by Lindholm. An outlet up the left side. Heinen sidesteps some of the traffic. Lightning going for a change.
Yeah, so are the Bruins.
Heinen will head north over the red line, over the blue line. Shoots, and he sent it over the crossbar. Hagel scoops it up, and he'll lift it back into the Bruins zone. Peak back to get it, near corner. Chased by Stamkos. Peak hits the brakes, tries the left side. The Bruins deflect it out to center ice. Chernak dished it back into his own end for Dumba. Saucered it to Chernak. Chernak back to his partner Dumba. He'll drill it up the middle. It's deflected high just to the left of Ullmark. The Bruins rim it near side. DeBrusk played it to the middle. Intercepted by Cirelli. DeBrusk gets it back. Hands back of the net. Lindholm takes his time. Feeds it on the left wing. And now here's DeBrusk. He'll throw an area pass. But Peak was heading off to change.
Yeah, they all were. Yeah, just can't get there.
4 minutes to go here. Or 4 minutes gone by here in the third. The Bruins down 2-1. Bruins coming into the action with a 2-point lead in the Atlantic over the Florida Panthers, who are idle tonight. They're going to see the Islanders next. Wotherspoon, up right wing, around a pick.
Who knows what you get from them.
They're still mathematically in the picture.
Hit or miss with them, you know.
Asamont
They have
threw it
a
around.
big win one day, and then they're getting shut out the next.
Puck floated out in front by Wotherspoon. It's gloved by Vasilevsky. 15:29 left here in the third. Bruins down 2-1.
Yeah, the Islanders, I mean, 3-6-1 in their last 10. They went through that, 6-game losing streak, 6 or 7, whatever it was, and that was following a 6-game win streak that they had.
Face off in the near circle in the Lightning end.
Yeah, Islanders 3-6-1, Jersey 5-5, Philly 4-4-2, Detroit 3-6-1. They had that long losing streak. It's Tampa and Washington have been winning the games.
Puck chipped up the right side back into the Bruins end. We have another icing call. Face-off will come down to our left.
Fans, Catches Law, the official law firm of the Boston Bruins, has won over $2 billion for their clients. When you're injured and can't work, turn to Catches Law. There's no fee unless you win. Go to catcheslaw.com to schedule your free consultation today.
Face-off in the near circle, the Lightning end. Zaka will take it against Glendening. And Glendening wins it. It's dished back of the net. Here's Hedman. Up the left side. The big left-handed defenseman fires it to the center circle. It's stripped from Kucherov, sent in. Here's Heinen left of the net. Back of the cage. Wraps it out in front. And the rebound caroms into the slot. Zaka was in deep.
Vasilevsky got over to his left to seal that post.
Here's Grzelcyk. He'll motor up the middle. Leaves it along the near side for Zaka. He'll spin. The Bruins making a few changes. Pasternak's got it. He'll rip it into the right corner. DeBrus gets there first. But he couldn't hold on to the puck. Radish dished it to the slot. Hedman banked it ahead off of Hagel and back into the Bruins end. Here's Wotherspoon, shortened up on the stick. Now carries it up the left side. Reaches the checkered red line. He'll flip it to the near corner. Back of the net, Cirelli. Tried to reverse it, cut off by the Bruins.
Well read by Brazo.
Now near side, DeBrus tried to toss it into the left corner. The Lightning get to it. And here's Hagel. He'll carry it over the line right side. Hagel flips to the near circle and Wotherspoon picks it up. He'll turn and almost gave it right back. The Lightning get it back. Hagel shoots, deflected wide. Stamkos tried to jam it out in front.
That was stopped by Omar.
Right point now. Chernak shoots, blocked, far side. They score a one-timer by Stamkos. That puck looked like it might have been bouncing to him in the far circle. He ripped it by Omar. And the Lightning get some needed insurance. It's 3-1.
Well, it's a great bounce for Stamkos, and then he does the rest, right? Chernak has the puck at the right point. He's trying to shoot the puck at the net. The Bruins block this, and it goes off the shaft of a stick and right to Stamkos in the left wing circle. So they rotate it back. DeBrus blocks the shot. It goes right to Stamkos in the left wing circle, and the one-timer by Stamkos before Ullmark can react and get over to his right. Good bounce, good break, and then they make the best of it. But it's the Bruins not being able to move that puck up the ice and out of the zone.
For Stamkos, that's his 30th of the year. We've got to stop.
Boston is using a coach's challenge to determine if the play was offside prior to the goal.
Let's see if it was offsides. Did not notice that, Judd, so usually you're pretty sure if you're challenging these, but we brought it up last night. There was a challenge by Vegas, and oh yeah, the extra stick handle by Hagel.
Did he draw Cirelli offside?
Or somebody on the other side here. It would have been Cirelli right on the right side. It's the extra stick handle. We don't get a good look at it just yet, but Vegas challenged, and it was so close that they didn't overturn it. They said there was not, well, they didn't say this, but the theory was that there wasn't enough evidence to overturn it. And Jim Montgomery shaking his head. I wonder if he's saying we shouldn't challenge this.
Well,
it's worth a shot, though, right? It's 3-1. I know you're going to have to kill a penalty. I get that, but this makes the score 3-1.
And Tampa's power play is number one in the league.
I know, but you're having trouble generating some offense here. And
we haven't seen a definitive look.
We haven't had a good look at it at all.
The linesmen are taking a look at it at the iPad.
That's the best look we've gotten, looking at the iPad from up here.
From the remote camera. 13:58 remains in the third.
Can you explain to me why the NHL doesn't allow them to show the actual replay that they're looking at for us to see? They wait until after.
We're getting the blue line camera.
It's offside. Looks like it.
They're taking a good long look at this one. Now, the monitor that you have is a little bit bigger than the iPad that they have in the penalty box.
Puck is on the blue line. Still, Cirelli skates are over. That's offside. It's that extra stick handle by Hagel because the stick by Carlo reaches in a little bit. Right when he pulls it back on the backhand, that puts Cirelli offside on the far side.
So if
at least from the angle we've seen, that's what it looks like.
That puck's not completely in the zone. So the linesmen are now going to talk it over. Here's the call from the official.
It's going to be offside because they're putting time back on the clock.
After review, the play has been determined to be offside. Prior to the goal, there is no goal. Please
picked up by the Bruins video coaches.
16.
Mickey Myers and Dan Darrow.
And you can hear the amount of Bruins fans that are here in Tampa. So it's now a one-goal game, and Stamkos' 30th is wiped out. Can the Bruins build any momentum from this?
So they have to put time back on the clock. Good break. It was close, but it was offside. It was that extra pulling it back away from the poke check by Hagel.
Lightning win the draw. Send it back in their own zone. Now Perbix almost had a problem with it. It's jammed out to the neutral zone. The Bruins get it back and then lose it. Along the near side, the Bruins end. Dug free and chipped ahead, but not out. Now it is. Perbix to the center circle, Lilleberg. He'll fire it into the far corner. Jeannot prevented from getting there by Pete. The Bruins rip it over to the near side. This won't get out. Perbix keeps it in. Flipped it back of the net. Here's Lindholm. Got chopped down by Jeannot, and then with a poke check, able to get it free. The Bruins one-handed out to center ice, and Van Riemsdyk guides it to the right circle in the Tampa, and the Bruins get a change. Bruins down 2-1 with just over 13 minutes left in the third. So what looked like a fortunate bounce for the Lightning turns into a call that goes the Bruins' way. Cirelli sent it out in front, and Ullmark to save his Hedman had cut down low. Up the middle, Pastrnak. Oh, if he gets that, the Bruins might have had an offensive opportunity there. Ullmark stops it right of his net, dished it to the far corner.
That's a hard pass from McAvoy. Pastrnak trying to take that on the backhand.
Here's circle of his own zone, Grzelcyk. Rink wide to his partner, McAvoy. Back to Grzelcyk. Right wing feed over the line. Here's Coyle. Coyle. High slot, Marchand to the right circle. McAvoy across to Pastrnak, fired, and it's deflected over the glass. 12:43 left here in the third. Bruins down 2-1 here in Tampa on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealers.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The Honda you want is here. Now's the perfect time to drive in the moment with the rugged and capable Ridgeline, Passport, and Pilot. Find your adventure with great offers now available on the Honda you want. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 2.9% APR on a 2024 Honda Passport or Ridgeline and a 3.9% APR on a 2024 Pilot.
See dealer for financing details.
The games play here.
Here's Vienno. He'll scramble in, feed to the high slot. Carlson send it out in front. Vienno a shot, and that tip denied by Ullmark, who scrambled left to right.
Special. Jones The reset, leans forward, takes the snap from Andrews, drops back, stands in, throws it, back shoulder Myers, catches the 45 near side, tackled by Sherman. Boy, they're going to work against the former All-Pro.
You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub. Stay tuned for more. The home of the Bees, The Sports Hub.
Pavel Zacha with the assist on the Bruins' only goal, and with that, Feed the Shaws and Star Market Foundation donates another $100 to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help fight food insecurity. Learn more about Feeding the Puck for families at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck. Bruins down 2-1 with just under 13 minutes remaining in the third period. Neither team has scored here in the third. It looked like the Lightning were going to move up 3-1, but the Bruins challenged for offside and won. Face-off near circle, the Lightning in. Tampa wins it. Shuttled it back of the net. Here's Hedman up the far side. He'll crank it out to center ice. And this goes off the surface, and we've got to stop.
Well, Bruins hockey is brought to you by Removal Pro of New England. If your home or office needs an oil tank removed or installed, call the experts at Removal Pro at 740-TANK-PRO. If it's big and heavy and it's got to go, call Removal Pro at 740-TANK-PRO. Online at oilremovalpro.com.
Part of the reason the Bruins are at the top of the Atlantic Division, they've been the best against division foes. They are 17-3-3 against Atlantic Division teams. Tampa, surprisingly, is 8-7-4. Coyle tapped the puck into the right corner of the Lightning end.
Worth noting.
Here's DeBrusk with a steal. Tried to center it out in front.
He had Marchand there. Was blocked off by Cirelli.
Marchand's got it. Up top, here's Lindholm. Shoots, deflected. And Vasilevsky the stop. Rebound. DeBrusk shoots. Vasilevsky the paddle save while leaning to his right. Along the near side, DeBrusk trying to fish it off the wall. And it's chipped back into the Bruins zone. A foot race. Here's Peak against Hagel. Hagel in the right corner.
Hagel can fly.
And Peak wraps him up and escorts him off the puck. The Bruins don't get it out, however. Stamkos keeps it in. Cirelli, a dish out in front. Stamkos far side. Surveys, dished it up top. Chernak shoots. It didn't get to Olmark, and then Peak levels Hagel out in front. Back of the net. Here's Lindholm as Hagel gets locked up with Peak. That's one of the things that Jim Montgomery has liked about Peak's game since coming on board from Columbus. Pastrnak throws it to the far circle, the Lightning end. Now Chernak up right wing. He'll lob it into the neutral zone. It's picked off, but the Bruins couldn't control it. Point of the line to Kucherov. Shoots, and it's gloved by Omar. Kucherov tried to look him off.
Yeah, so I was saying there earlier, and we mentioned it last night, but between Florida and Toronto, the Bruins are 7-0. A couple, those teams got a couple points based on overtimes and things, but the Bruins have won all 7 games against the Florida Panthers and Toronto. They got one more game against Florida. They've lost 2 to Tampa, both of them in the extra session. One in overtime, one in shootout, right? And beaten them once. But it's strange how it happens. You know, if you match up better with teams, or maybe there's injuries, it's a different time of the season, and your team is playing well when you catch them, or they're not playing well at times. I mean, you're catching Tampa right now that's playing some of their best hockey of the season.
Just to give you an example from another division, though, part of the reason if you want to win the division or have success, make the playoffs, and do well, is one of the reasons you can do well against division foes. Look at Washington's record for the Bruins' next game against the Metro. They've been a lot better than has been expected.
Yeah. And then on the flip side of that, the Bruins have lost all 3 to the Rangers this year.
Here's Asimont. He'll speed back of the Bruins net. Around to the near side. Up top, the long shot from Perbix glanced off the side of the net.
I know it's not the division, but I'm talking, conference games.
Got a hand pass here on Tampa. 10:20 left here in the third. Bruins trailing 2-1. Faceoff will be at the near dot, just beyond the Tampa line. Or are they going to move this to the center circle? No, I think it's going to be at the near dot. Geeky out with Beecher and Frederick. And the Lightning win the draw. Lilleberg banked it ahead. Frederick lost his footing in the neutral zone. Now Wotherspoon up the left side. Fanned on his dump-in attempt. Perbix gets to it. He'll slide it deep. We're halfway through the third. Bruins still trailing by a goal. Up the left side, here's Beecher. He'll motor ahead, threads it to Frederick. To the high slot, Geekie shoots, blocked. Gloved, and then you had Lindholm run into Geekie. And Geekie's slow to get back into the play. Here's Janot over the line. Tried to dish it to the middle, picked off. And Lindholm will weave his way ahead to the center circle. Right wing Frederick over the line. He'll dump it into the right corner. Throws it back in the cage. Lindholm went into forecheck. And it's rimmed out. Marchand was back. Marchand poke checked. Now Ullmark comes out to play in the far circle. Protects. And Marchand will shovel it ahead. Here comes Coyle. Throws it into the right corner. Going against his former Wild teammate Matt Dumba. Far corner. Glendening with the check. The Bruins can't get to it. Marchand trying to get free from that check from Glendening. The Lightning turn it over. Here's Coyle high slot. Coyle motors to the right point. He'll dish it down low. Marchand, far wall, stripped to the puck. And then it's bumped far side. The Bruins, for a second, they had it. And then Janot scooped it up at the high slot. He was behind the red line. He whistled it in. That's an icing call.
They got it. Yeah, he's trying to send in Glendening that time, trying to go off the wall. And Glendening trying to get behind McAvoy. But McAvoy read it and beat him.
So the face-off will come. We'll see who Jim Montgomery wants to have out there. It looks like it's the Zacha line that comes out.
Surprising he's going over to the left wing circle here.
Zacha's going to take it against Glendening. Excellent face-off man. Glendening wins it. It's lofted out to center ice. Glove down by Lindholm. Pastrnak brings it in. And then Chernak closed on him. We got an odd man chance into the slot. Here's Mott, just out of his reach into the far corner. He snags it.
Glendening just led him too far.
And Zacha finished his check far side. Hagel in the near corner. Throws it out to center ice. Just off the bench is Stamkos. Settles it. 8:19 left here in the third. Bruins down 2-1. Hagel. He'll hammer it in the right corner. Back of the net. Ullmark stops it. He'll play it high around the glass, near side, off a skate. And the Bruins, here's Zacha. He'll skate it out to center ice, right wing feed. Thrown in deep by Carlo. Back of the net, Vasilevsky. It's dished up the near side. Stamkos gathering some speed. Cross ice. And Cirelli dribbled it in. Carlo cuts it off. Carlo out there with Grzelcyk right now. Brazo scraped it ahead, off a skate. And Radish has it. Here's Hedman, angling right at the red line. For Duclair, he'll whack it in deep. Pete cuts it off. He'll try the near side to Frederick up left wing. On and off his blade. The Bruins get it back at center ice. Geekie brings it in. He'll charge to the left circle, hits the brakes. Up top, now Lindholm shoots, and Vasilevsky the save. Back up top again, Lindholm. Near side, Geekie. To the high slot, picked off by Duclair. And he'll chip it ahead to point. Over the line, left side, Perbix. Twists to the high slot. Fires. Ullmark the save. There's a rebound. Point shoots. And I think Lindholm saved a goal. He stopped it at the far post, and the Bruins crank it all the way down. We get an icing call here on the black and gold.
Yeah, sure looked like he did. He got over there to take away that short side post. He had Ullmark down on his left side. Got the double leg stack going. Yeah, Perbix, the initial shot gets taken. Point had a whack at it and then tried to throw that puck towards the net. It was either Peak or Lindholm. One of them was able to block that second attempt. It was Lindholm.
Face off in the right circle of Bruins end. Stamkos in for the draw. He'll take it against Frederick. Early movement by Stamkos. He's booted. Cirelli's going to take it. Left-hander against left-hander. The Lightning have it. Stamkos a drive, and Ullmark directs it to the far side. Hagel leads it into the far corner, cut off by Lindholm. He'll cue it ahead. It squirts back to Peak. He'll drive it up right wing out to center ice. Geekie's got it, tossed it deep. The Bruins can change. Vasilevsky Stops it back of the net. Here's Cernak. Cernak will now walk it up the middle. Feeds to his partner Dumba. Swept it ahead. It's slapped deep into the Bruins' end. Ullmark paddled it to the far side. Carlo chipped it ahead. Coyle. His lead to the center circle. Cut off by Cirelli. Brought back in now Stamkos. Met in the near corner by Carlo. Stamkos leaves it along the near side. Hagel up top it comes. Now Radish far side. Hedman drilled it out in front and it's deflected. Ullmark freezes that puck. Little action out in front as Coyle takes exception. And the linesman trying to separate some of the combatants. That's Cirelli who's at the bottom of the pile. And Coyle's barking at him right now. 6:03 left here in the third. Still 2-1 Lightning. We'll take a timeout on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealers.
Get a great offer on the stylish HR-V or the Honda Civic, which car and driver called fun to drive. Honda, the brand named Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com best value brand for 2023. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.9% APR on a 2024 Honda Civic or HR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic SI and Type R car and driver January 2023 based on 2023 brand image words from Kelley Blue Book. Visit KBB.com for more information.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
No tienes que esperar a que te paguen para finalmente invitar a tus papás a comer. Solo te tiene que salir una oferta de sus favoritos en el McDonald's app. Ahorra con el app. Para pa pa pa. En McDonald's participantes.
At UMass Memorial Health, you can be a
nurse,
mental health clinician,
medical assistant,
but you can also be a
after-hours musician,
family chef,
t-ball coach.
That's because we hire you, all of you, and treat you like a person, not a position. With great pay and excellent benefits, like retirement savings plans and tuition assistance. Come be you at UMass Memorial Health. Explore all we offer at wehireyou.org.
Connect with Boston's home for sports online. 98.5thesportshub.com.
Enter the raffle for a chance to win a custom Boston Bruins branded snowmobile and 2 tickets to a Bruins home game. All proceeds from the raffle will benefit the Bruins Foundation. Visit BruinsRaffles.com to purchase your tickets. 6 minutes and 3 seconds remaining here in the third period. Bruins trailing 2-1. Neither team has scored here in this period. Jim Montgomery had mentioned after last night's game in Florida that one of the things he liked was you got to be able to win in the trenches if you're going to win in the playoffs. And that game certainly had a lot of elements to it. This game has some similarities.
It does. It does. It doesn't have quite the pop maybe that yesterday's game had, but you had 2 teams that were rested going at it there yesterday. I wouldn't say rested, but the Bruins had a couple of days off, and I think when you get that extra day, it really helps. You know, at this time of the schedule, when you're down to the end of it, Bruins have played a lot of hockey. You know, you look down at games played, right? In the East, 73. Carolina's the only team. Dallas, well, in the East, Carolina's the only team that's played that many. Philadelphia.
On the slot of the Tampa, and Pastrnak could drive it in, get through cleanly. And it's flipped up left wing to Kucherov out at center ice.
After today, the Bruins will have 2 days off before they play the Capitals.
It'll be a Saturday game in D.C.
And then another 2 days off before they play the Red Hot Nashville Predators.
Now Point shoots just wide. Rebound out in front. The rebound bounced away from Duclair.
It's like a crazy hop off that back wall.
Brought in by Pastrnak. He lost the puck just as he penetrated. He's going to head off and change. 5:19 remaining here in regulation. Bruins chasing a goal.
And it's been a short bench for the Bruins here in this period. I mean, we have not seen a lot of Van Riemsdyk or Brazo.
Brazo's out there now. Beecher applies the check.
A few shifts for him, but
And the puck tossed out to the neutral zone. Here's Asamont. He'll guide it to the right corner. Paul chasing after it. Puck flipped into the air. Along the near side, Carlo pins Nick Paul. Nice play by DeBrusque to weave his way through some of the forecheckers. And Brazeau will knuckle it in. The Bruins change. Chernak back to get it. 4:35 left in the third. Lightning with a 2-1 lead. Chernak, who has his only goal this season against the Bruins, up the left side. Dumba slammed it in. This will go deep. Lindholm tries the far side. Took a hit from Glendening. Peak trying to dig it out. Peak gets a little help from Frederick. They battle down low. Mock trying to keep that puck in the far corner. It's whacked over to the near side. Geekie tied up by Janot. And now back of the net, it's Peak. Drills it up the right side of the captain, Marchand. His dish back into the Bruins zone. Lindholm's got it. He'll bank it off the end boards. Both teams changing. Now Geekie kicks to the stick, trying to twirl away from Mott. Bruins having a hard time getting over the red line. Now Pastrnak, a fake. He'll bank it to himself in the near circle. Lilleberg gets to it. And now Cirelli up the left side. Tossed it to the center circle. Brought in by Hagel. He's bumped off the puck. Heinen's got it. Left wing feed. Grizzly kicks to the stick. He'll whistle it in. To the far side it comes. Now back of the net, Hedman. Near corner, the Lightning scoop it up. And it's brought ahead by Radish. Left wing feed just behind Cirelli. He catches it, brings it in. The puck on edge, far corner. He hits the brakes. Slipped around to the near side. Now right point, Radish. Now Hagel shoots. Easily gloved by Ullmark, who holds. And we'll take a timeout with 3:07 left in the third. Tampa 2 and the Bruins 1 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V. That's your local New England Honda dealers.
The Honda you want is here. Drive in the moment with the road trip ready Accord Hybrid and CR-V Hybrid from Honda. So bring on the weekend getaways. Bring on the far destinations. Bring on the memories. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.9% APR on a 2024 Honda Accord Hybrid or CR-V Hybrid.
See dealer for financing details.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Got dings, dents, scratches, or faded paint? Maaco's got you covered. Refresh your ride with your refund during our tax season event, because your car deserves to shine. Head to Maaco.com to schedule your estimate today. Better get Maaco.
Celtics play here at the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
Boston, the home of the Patriots, the Celtics, the Revs, and the Bruins. Boston's home for sports is 95 The Sports Hub, a Paisley Media Group station.
Yeah, it's hockey season. It's Peerless Boiler season. Replace your old boiler and water heater with a new Peerless Boiler and Pavilion tankless water heater. Find your local dealer at peerlessboilers.com. And remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
The Lightning open the scoring just over 10 minutes into the game. Mitchell Chaffee is fourth. Danton Heinen tied it about 7 minutes later with his 15th. In the second, Braden Point scored at 6:50. That's where we stand. Face-off in the near circle, the Bruins end.
And then the disallowed goal there from Steven Stamkos after the Bruins challenge for offside successfully.
Paul in for the draw against Beecher. Lightning with a slight edge in face-off wins. And Beecher got hit up high after the draw.
Got hit with the puck.
Here's Heinen. He'll drag it over the line. Feeds to Brazeau right of the net. Centered out in front. It was just behind Heinen. And Paul will bank it ahead. Read by Lindholm.
Mentioned the shortened bench for the Bruins. And Riemsdyk only a couple shifts this period. Boquist only one shift, I believe, this period.
Asamont tapped it into the Bruins zone. Zaka dished it over to the far side. A quick up by Grzelcyk. Played up the left side. Marchand couldn't get to it as Eyssimont got a piece of him. And it's sent into the Bruins zone with 2.5 minutes remaining in regulation. McAvoy has it. Boy, he's had some looks here tonight.
He has.
Center circle now. Pastrnak wheels his way to the high slot. It's held in high slot by McAvoy. His shot blocked. This is going to be interesting if he kept it in onside.
It was close.
Near side, McAvoy dished it out in front. And Cirelli hammered it to the far corner of the Bruins zone. Peak leaves it in the far corner to try and get it away from Hagel. Just under 2 minutes remaining here in regulation. Bruins fired up the left side and back into the Tampa end. Pastrnak back to get it.
Yeah, no goalie pull yet. We're under 2 minutes, but they do not have possession of the puck. They wanted to get the right bodies out on the ice. And
here's Hedman. Up the near side point. Puck in his feet. Coyle couldn't pull it out of there. Point will skate it back into his own zone. It's banged back into the Bruins zone. There's a discarded stick. Grzelcyk navigates around it. 1:24 remaining here in the third. Long left wing feet diving to get it in as Coyle, but it's icing. So
even a play like that, that's a pretty easy pass right there, and the Bruins just didn't quite connect on it. Trying to go up the left wing. It's too far for Coyle. Goes back for icing. I mean, they've had some chances this game, but they just have not had that extra in the tank to get there when they've needed to.
This is the 11th set of back-to-back games that the Bruins have played. They only have one more left. It's the last two games of the regular season.
Yeah.
Bruins win the draw, hammered around, held in by Pastrnak. His dish to the near side, scooped up by Coyle. I got to imagine.
Ottawa Senators have their trunks packed up and ready to go for that game.
There'll be some U-Hauls at the Garden. Bruins get the crew on the ice that they want. Here's Pastrnak. Heading north. Allmark heading off for the extra attacker. Flipped in by Pastrnak. Gloved by Vasilevskiy. Dish to the far side. And it's played out to center ice off of Kucherov's head.
It was a high stick by McAvoy.
So we've got to stop with 48 seconds left in the third. Bruins down 2-1. The Bruins
see if they call a timeout here. 48 seconds ago. Faceoffs at center ice. You're gonna have to. Do you put Allmark back in with the faceoff at center ice? Do you trust you're going to win the draw? I think they're going to call the timeout and talk about it.
Shots in the game are 29-24 in favor of Tampa. This period, it's been 8-7 Lightning. The Bruins this season have only scored 2 goals with the extra attacker on 6-on-5.
Well, in fairness, they're usually the team that's protecting the lead.
Right. So they've been in front quite a bit.
Or trying to protect the lead. Sometimes successful. Sometimes they've had some issues with it. They're going to keep Allmark on the bench here, Jed.
Tampa Bay Lightning have allowed 6 goals while the extra attacker has been on. Cirelli's going to take the faceoff against Coyle. The net to our right is vacant. Bruins down by a goal, 48 seconds left. Lightning win the draw. Hedman fading back. He'll slam it to the far circle of Bruins zone. Picked off by McAvoy, and the Bruins will work their way out to center ice. At the red line, thrown deep by McAvoy. Vasilevskiy stops it. It's rimmed to the far side. This will go all the way down. Kucherov's all by himself. He's going to get to it at the end boards, wraps it around, and scores. Kucherov with the empty netter. He threw it just inside the near post in that vacant Bruins net. And it's 3-1 Lightning.
Yeah, he was just a smart player, and he knows that this is going to be a cleared puck, and he takes off and cheats and gets up the ice, rightfully so, and able to wrap it around into the empty net.
It's his 42nd of the season, so that ties him for the team lead with Braden Point. He's had a relatively quiet game here tonight.
He has. He was more effective earlier this game, or more noticeable, let's put it that way, earlier in the game.
Allmark back in net. The Lightning are going to take 3 of 4 in the season series against the Bruins. Wotherspoon tossed it into the protective netting, and we've got to stop with 10 seconds remaining in regulation. The Bruins are going to fall to 42-17 and 15. They'll remain 2 points in front of the Florida Panthers in the Atlantic, but Florida now has 2 games in hand. And the Lightning are going to improve to 40-25 and 7. Back of the net, it's scooped up by Van Riemsdyk. Sent it out in front. Brazo tried to bank it home with 2. It's protected in the far corner, and that'll do it. The Lightning are the hottest team in the Atlantic Division. They're now 8-1-1 in their last 10. Braden Point with the second period game winner. Nikita Kucherov with the empty netter to seal it. Your final here tonight at the Amalie Arena. It's the Lightning 3 and the Bruins 1. Beersy and I will bring you back for the postgame show in a moment on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealers.
The Honda you want is here. Drive in the moment with the road trip ready Accord Hybrid and CR-V Hybrid from Honda. So bring on the weekend getaways. Bring on the far destinations. Bring on the memories. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.9% APR on a 2024 Honda Accord Hybrid or CR-V Hybrid.
See dealer for financing details.
When you find a deal on your favorite thing in the McDonald's app and order it, does that technically count as online shopping? Save money with the app. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
At participating McDonald's, prices may vary.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Your car's dings, faded paint, and scratches aren't going to fix themselves. At Maaco, paint damage repair is as easy as book, quote, fix. Come to Maaco to refresh your ride with a paint and collision repair backed by our best price guarantee. Uh-oh, better get Maaco.
Mow the distances back at your local Gravely dealer. Now through April 8th, you can save up to 25% with special financing available on America's most rugged mowers, including the ZT-HD, the residential mower built to commercial standards. Visit your local Gravely dealer today.
This is NASCAR driver Tony Breidinger, inviting you to make a pit stop at Raising Cane's for my favorite craveable chicken fingers. Turbocharge your order and get it even faster when you order online or with the Raising Cane's app. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love. Raising Cane's is not affiliated.
BackstageCountry.com, your online home for all things country music. Picking 5 of Carrie Underwood's best music videos was no easy task, but after some debate, we landed on 5 we believe rise to the top. Did Carrie's 2014 hit Something in the Water make our top 5? Find out when you text Carrie to 45911 and scroll through the list on BackstageCountry.com. Text Carrie to 45911 to get your eyes on our favorite Carrie Underwood music videos.
Snap Text Save partners with local appliance retailers to help you beat online and big box pricing on appliances. First, snap a photo or screenshot of the appliance model number and price you're looking at. Then, text it to us at 617-600-SAVE and include your delivery zip code. Within minutes, we'll text you back with a guaranteed lower quote and the earliest delivery date. Snap Text Save, New England's easiest way to get the best pricing on appliances. Text us today at 617-600-SAVE.
Listen live. Check out our podcast with the 98.5 The Sports Hub app.
Lightning speed in. Here's Point. Dangles to the near side. Up to the left point, Perbix. Right point. The long shot sails wide, and the rebound just missed Point stick. Right of the net, Point. Wrap around, he scores! Allmark went down, and Point beat him to the near post. 2-1 Tampa. The Shaw's and Star Market Foundation's Nourishing Neighbors Initiative is sponsoring our Feeding the Puck for Families campaign. For every helper on a Bruins goal, they're donating another $100 to fight food insecurity with one feed tonight. That's another $100 that's donated to the Greater Boston Food Bank. You can follow along at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck. So the Bruins fall to 42-17-15, close out their regular season series, going 1-1-2 against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Beersy, tonight you knew this game was going to be hard. Andrei Vasilevsky solid, and the Lightning had a slight edge 5-on-5, and that was the difference.
Yeah, I mean, I still hold what I said after the second period. They were never able to find that extra gear. They had some chances against Vasilevsky, but I thought the Bruins defended well. They did what they needed to in that zone for the most part. Not every time, but they just, there were some breaks that the Bruins had. How many sustained attacks did they have? How often did they keep that puck in the offensive end and really make Tampa work, put them back on their heels, have the big momentum swing? It really never materialized for them here in this game. And whether that's, playing the game last night. Look, they played a hard game last night, and it's, if you come out and completely lay an egg, well, now you got something to kind of gripe about. But I thought the effort was there for them. I just don't think that that they had enough in the tank to compete against a team that's as hot as anybody in the Eastern Conference right now anyhow, right? I mean, 8-1-1 in their last 10 games for the Tampa Bay Lightning, and several of those were on the road here recently. This is a good team, and, they think that they figured it out in Tampa. They were kind of slow for a little while. We'll see what happens here in the last 10 games or so, whatever, for them. But, I just think that I think they did what they needed to. So the Bruins lose 3 games to Tampa this season, right? All 3 by 1 goal. 2 of them go to the extra session, and they beat them 1 time. So and like I said, sometimes it depends on when you catch a team. Over the long season, you're going to catch a team when they're playing well. You're going to catch a team when they're playing poorly. You're going to catch a team when they've got a couple of injuries. There's always a different set of circumstances, and that's why when the playoffs start, it really doesn't matter, because now you're playing the same team, possibly 7 times, and you're playing them every other night, and you're on equal footing, and so, the schedule, there's no schedule snafus, there's no back-to-back where the other team's got an advantage. Everybody's on equal footing. That's why it's different when that starts up. So you can play with Tampa. That's not the issue. Kind of what you have to do in order to beat them. But I thought the Bruins defensively did a pretty good job here today. I just don't think they had enough to really threaten enough offensively and make Tampa work on the defensive side of the puck.
Service Credit Union is teamed with Charlie McAvoy for defending New England's hero. Service donates $100 for every block shot and $1,000 for every shutout to pay for heart cancer screenings for New England police and firefighters. Tonight, the Bruins had 15 block shots, so Service is going to donate another $1,500. Thus far, they've committed $114,800, and they pledged to donate up to $200,000 for the season. When the Bruins postgame show rolls on from the Amalie Arena, Beersy will take a look at the other game that took place around the National Hockey League. We'll have your 3-star selection and the full game recap. Lightning over the Bruins here tonight, 3-1 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealers.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. On real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
BackstageCountry.com, your online home for all things country music. It's going to be a busy year for country superstar Jason Aldean. He's extended his Highway Desperado tour and is teaming up with Kid Rock for Rock the Country tour dates. We've ranked our top 5 Jason Aldean music videos. Text Jason to 45911 to see if your favorite made the list on BackstageCountry.com. Text Jason to 45911 and we'll send the link straight to your phone.
When you find a deal on your favorite thing in the McDonald's app and order it, does that technically count as online shopping? Save money with the app. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
At participating McDonald's, prices may vary.
The games play here.
Here's Nieto. He'll scramble in, feed to the high slot. Carlson send it out in front. Nieto a shot, and that tip Denied by Omar, who scrambled left to right.
Jones with a reset. Leans forward, takes the snap from Andrews. Drops back, stands in, throws it. Back shoulder, Myers catches the 45 near side. Tackled by Sherman. Boy, they're going to work against the former All-Pro.
You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub. Stay tuned for more. The home of the Revs, The Sports Hub.
Now Shabbat to Sanderson. Throws it to the corner. Centering pass, down low in front. Tkachuk scores! 5-0 Ottawa. Tkachuk buries it.
That capped off the first period for the Ottawa Senators here today against the Buffalo Sabres. They got out to the 5-0 lead. They would roll to a 6-2 victory over the Buffalo Sabres. Light night in the NHL here today. Tomorrow, much busier night with a lot of playoff implications with some of the games tomorrow.
The 3 stars of the game is brought to you by Nissan. You deserve a car that thrills you, and Nissan's got an exciting full line that'll put goosebumps on your goosebumps. Experience the thrill for yourself. Shop your local Nissan store at nissanusa.com today. Your 3rd star, Charlie McAvoy. He was dangerous. Offensively, had some good looks, also cranked one off the post, and solid defensively again here tonight. Your 2nd star, Braden Point. Lightning speed in. Here's Point. Dangles to the near side. Up to the left point, Perbix. Right point. The long shot sails wide, and the rebound just missed Point stick. Right of the net, Point. Wrap around, he scores! Allmark went down, and Point beat him to the near post. 2-1 Tampa. That was your game-winning goal tonight. Your number 1 star, Andrei Vasilevsky. Now Lindholm into the left circle, left to the cage, tried to center, denied. Gets it back, rotates to the right circle. Shoots, Vasilevsky the save, rebound. Vasilevsky, what a stop while he was diving to his right.
On Van Riemsdyk.
Marchand's got it, up top here's Lindholm. Shoots, deflected, and Vasilevsky the stop, rebound. DeBrusk shoots, Vasilevsky the paddle save while leaning to his right. Vasilevsky the win. He stopped 23 of 24 and very smart in and around his crease. Here's the Milton Cat heavy hit of the game. It's tapped out to the neutral zone by Zacha. The Bruins trying to change quickly on the fly. Asamont leveled along the near side on a hit by Wotherspoon. He lined him up and decked him. Brought in by Geekie into the high slot. To the right circle. Shoots. Vasilevsky a blocker save. The heavy hit of the game is brought to you by Milton Cat. Visit MiltonCat.com to see why they've been the Northeast trusted equipment dealer for over 60 years. Scoring summary sounds like this. Mitchell Chaffee opened it up 10:06 into the game with his 4th. 1-0 Lightning. Danton Heinen tied it with his 15th at 17-11 from Pavel Zacha. In the 2nd, Braden Point, the wraparound game winner, is 42nd at 6:50. And in the 3rd, to wrap it up, Nikita Kucherov, an even-strength empty netter from Hedman and Vasilevsky at 19:33. Final tally on the shots in favor of the Lightning, 31-24. On the power play, the Bruins 0 for 2, and the Lightning 0 for 1. Avidia Bank and Patrice Bergeron have teamed up again for assists for kids. Tonight, the Bruins had 1 assist. That means Avidia will donate another $50 to help Metro West youth players pay for youth hockey. So far this season, Avidia Bank has donated $20,600 on their way to $37,000. Avidia Bank, honest to goodness, member FDIC, member DIF. Our next broadcast of Boston Bruins hockey will come your way on Saturday night as the Bruins make their first trip into Washington, D.C. and play their 2nd game against the Capitals. Beersy and I will get the Duncan pregame rolling at 6:30. We'll get you the starting lineups and the opening faceoff at 7 o'clock. Want to say thanks to the crew that got us on the air here tonight. Here in Tampa, Ray Bryan, our engineer, and thanks to a terrific job done by our executive producer, Jeremy Conley, on the broadcast tonight. On behalf of my partner, Bob Beers, I'm Judd Surratt saying so long and good night from the Amalie Arena in Tampa, Florida. Your final, Lightning 3, Bruins 1.
This is Boston Bruins hockey. Boston Bruins hockey, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V, available at your local New England Honda dealers. Also brought to you by VA New England, Tito's Handmade Vodka, Valvoline Instant Oil Change, Granite City Electric GCE Nitrate, Live Nation, Nissan, Avidia Bank. the Fuel Rewards program from Shell, Peerless Boilers, Coors Banquet, the Peterson School, Clinton Savings Bank, and by Shaw's and Star Market.
2 seconds, 1 second, it's over. The Bruins have won the Stanley Cup.
And by Catches Law, TD Bank, Ticketmaster, Town Fair Tire, your New England Ford dealers, Charles D. Sheehy, UMass Lowell, Timberline Construction, Service Credit Union, Bosch Tools, and by DraftKings Sportsbook.
After 39 long years, the Cup is back home. The Bruins are 2011 Stanley Cup champions.
Bruins Hockey is a presentation of the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
WBCFM from the Town Fair Tire Studios, home of the Celtics, Bruins, Revs, and Patriots.
Touchdown, Patriots.
Boston's home for sports is 98.5 The Sports Hub, Easily Media Group Station.
It's scooped up by Van Riemsdyk. Sent it out in front. Brazo tried to bank it home with 2. It's protected in the far corner, and that'll do it. The Lightning are the hottest team in the Atlantic Division. They're now 8-1-1 in their last 10. Braden Point with the second period game winner. Nikita Kucherov with the empty netter to seal it. Your final here tonight at the Amalie Arena. It's the Lightning 3 and the Bruins 1.
Judd Surratt, Bob Beers on the call. It is Tim McCone in for Joe Murray. In for Joe Murray on a night where all of a sudden we changed to midnight. Very convenient that Joe Murray not here as we go an extra hour tonight, taking this up until 12 o'clock. Skaz, I got to be honest, I feel like this happens on a semi-regular basis. Whenever the night show flips to going to midnight, going till 12 o'clock, all of a sudden the fill-in happens to get the call from the bullpen on a night like tonight. No, look, Joe Murray going back-to-back, pulling back-to-back days on Felger and Maz, just like you saw the Boston Bruins pull back-to-backs against the Florida Panthers, then tonight against Tampa Bay. Joe Murray doing a much better job than what the Boston Bruins did tonight in his second night on Felger and Maz than what you saw down there in Florida tonight. Still, in my mind, not cause for concern when it comes to this game, and I really focus on last night's performance by the Boston Bruins, and that's my big takeaway from these last 2 nights for Boston. You just heard Bob Beers in the postgame talk about how the effort was there. The legs, certainly not so much. And look, let's be honest, that's expected after the tractor pull that was last night's game against the Panthers, right? There was a lot riding on that performance yesterday. Not just the outcome itself, but also, and I thought Ty Anderson over on 98.5thesportshub.com did a tremendous job, as always, quite frankly, when it comes to sort of breaking down the situation when it comes to the Bruins. And look, it started with cause for concern after the back-to-back losses in regulation to start off the week, coming off of the weekend. And then Monday, you had Jim Montgomery going in on his team at Warrior, right? Pretty public. And not exactly shying away from his frustrations when it comes to his team. Made it pretty clear that he wasn't exactly thrilled with the situation that was going on. And really, quite frankly, for a coach that's been here now going on 2 years, the first time that we've seen him sort of start to hit that panic button. And I don't mean panic button in terms of, all of a sudden he's not sure what to do. But when you have a head coach publicly calling out his team like that, that's a card that typically you don't see a lot of head coaches pull. Look, I'm a huge college basketball guy, as many of you know. Rick Pitino did it earlier this year, caught a ton of flack for it with his St. John's team. And the Jim Montgomery move, quite honestly, reminded me of that in a lot of ways. Now, you can play that card if you're a head coach. You can publicly call out your team if you're a head coach. And it certainly can be effective. It can also go the complete opposite direction, right? And you can have a team completely tune out the head coach. You can lose the team. It can go one of 2 ways when you're that public with your dissatisfaction, which is a lot of times why a lot of coaches publicly don't do it. Because once you play that card, once you go there, if they don't respond, man, you're in a tough spot because now what's the narrative? This head coach can't reach these players. This head coach has lost that team. And when Jim Montgomery played that card earlier this week, there was a lot riding on it for not only the organization, but personally for Jim Montgomery as well. Now, you come out in that game against the Florida Panthers, and you have a lot of success. You have a great comeback win. You had Jeremy Swayman playing fantastic down the stretch, making that key save to keep you in that game, to win you that game, and that come from behind in that third period was fantastic. And you saw Jim Montgomery, and Skaz, I don't know if we have that Jim Montgomery postgame from yesterday talking about the response from the team coming off of his frustrations Monday. But that's what you were looking to see as a Bruins fan going to the postgame. Take a listen.
I love the way we stuck together out there. It was a playoff atmosphere, it's what we're going to see in a couple of weeks. Love the way we responded, and, even though we fell down 1-0 in the first minute, gave up a goal at the end of the first in the last minute, usually those things are things that end up costing you. But you know what? We just kept forging ahead.
Right, so that's what you want to see for a team heading into the postseason. Now, look, on Monday when he was calling out his players, said he didn't necessarily think that his team was playoff ready, didn't think that the Bruins were prepared for that playoff run. Look, it's going to be a wait and see. We're not going to know. We all thought that the Bruins were going to be playoff ready last year. That did not work out well, right? You wind up dropping that series to the Panthers in the first round. Those were not the expectations, certainly going into last postseason. You wanted to see the response after publicly getting called out. You saw it last night. I think Jim Montgomery was thrilled with it. And you also saw a team that tonight, I think, did play still with that energy, did show up. I just think there was not a lot left in the tank coming off of the regular season win that you had last night. Now, why I'm glass half full with that? Right now, if you're a Bruins fan, and Skaz, I don't know if you agree with me or not, but what I'm looking for is a team that's actually playing inspired hockey down the stretch. I don't necessarily care about results. Now, I say I don't care about results. What I mean by that is if you're actually showing effort, if you're actually showing up like they did tonight, and I do think to some extent they showed up, I just think coming off of that loss last night, tough to bounce back against one of the, if not the hottest team in hockey right now in Tampa Bay. Now, certainly, if they come back and they win this game tonight, you're talking about a monster building block, and you're talking about a team that's all of a sudden stacking some really impressive wins. That didn't happen, but I'm not going to rip this team based on the effort that you saw. I go back to this weekend, and now I'm all screwed up. I forget if it was Saturday or Sunday where they played. And they didn't show up the first two periods. Didn't show up the first two periods of that game. I think that's a lot of where the frustration started with Jim Montgomery, and then obviously the boiling point was that Monday practice. But for his team to answer the bell coming off of publicly getting called out, I do think shows you that this team is pointed in the right direction come the postseason. Now, is that going to matter? Is this team going to be talented enough to make a deep run in the postseason? I lean towards no, probably not, but still, from a mindset perspective, Skaz, I think you're looking at a team that is going to be locked in and hopefully maximize the talent that's on this roster. I think the question is whether or not that talent's going to be enough to actually get you to where you want to go.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on this one, where tonight was a situation where I didn't expect them to win the game tonight, but I expected them to put up a good effort. And I think Bob mentioned it a couple times during the broadcast, just how they responded. They might not have won the game, but they looked like a much better hockey team tonight than they had in years, like not in years past, but in the last couple games.
You wanted to see them stack efforts, right? And the way that you said it, I think, is perfect, right? Obviously, stacking wins would be, you'd feel a lot better about the situation, but you wanted to see them start to stack efforts here. And I thought you got that tonight, which certainly is a win. And again, not only for the Bruins and Bruins fans who want them to be playing their best hockey when it actually matters most, but again, Skaz, I'm telling you, man, as a head coach, when you play the card that Jim Montgomery played earlier this week, if it goes south on you, it's kind of over. It's kind of over. Because your team's not responding to you, publicly calling them out. That means you've kind of lost the locker room and don't necessarily have a grip on the organization the way that you might, in a way a lot of people might have thought you had. It's tough to recover from a situation like that. So I am I'm happy for Jim Montgomery because at least he got the response I think that he was looking for when it comes to Monday's outburst, which, again, we have not seen something like that since he's been in Boston. So you know that he was feeling it for him to actually publicly play that type of card.
Yeah, and I think that was kind of a cause for concern just for him to have to do that. You don't want your coach to feel like that's necessary. But the way they've responded, you have to feel good about. I think the questions we have about this team aren't going to be remedied in 10 games. No. It's going to be, do we get consistent efforts like tonight, and do they put the puck in the back of the net? That's going to be the difference. Can their depth scoring step up? And on the back end are guys like Grzelcyk and those guys going to be able to handle the workload in the playoffs.
So the other question, too, is the goalie situation going into the postseason. Skaz, I spent a lot of time. I was in the midday show last week, and we kind of broke down our thoughts on Ullmark versus Swayman, how to approach this, the goalie tandem come the postseason. I haven't gotten your thoughts on that. Where do you kind of stand in terms of how to handle this situation when the postseason rolls around?
Yeah, I don't like the goalie rotation. I think it doesn't work in the playoffs. Like, we've seen it. They've tried it. It doesn't really work. I think you roll the hot hand. I also think it just kind of messes with the room if they don't know who's going to be in net. And we talked about a little bit during the game that Gretzky was on pregame saying, it shouldn't matter who's in net. The guys just play the game. But I don't think this Bruins team is built like that. I think for whatever reason, they are different with the two goalies. There's no metric or line in the sand you can draw, but it seems like since the All-Star break, they've been a better team with Ullmark and net. I think you need to start the playoffs that way, unless Swayman goes, nuts these last 10 games or whatever. But for me right now, since the All-Star break, it's Ullmark's net.
Well, look, and certainly post-deadline, right? When you look at post-deadline, and Fluto had a great column on it over at The Athletic over the weekend, too, kind of breaking down the numbers. And it feels like there's certainly been sort of a weight that's been lifted from Ullmark's shoulders post-deadline. Now, look, the weight should have been on his shoulder since he had 47 teams in that no-trade clause there, going into the deadline, and could have prevented it. That's a story for another day. But certainly he's been the best goalie out of the two down the stretch. Now, I will say this. Swayman didn't start out great last night, but I thought the way that he finished that certainly was encouraging. And leading up to the deadline, certainly this isn't necessarily a debate that we were having. I think a lot of people would point towards Swayman, as being that guy that you would want in net. Here's the other thing, Skaz, in the way that I'm kind of approaching this. Look, if long-term Jeremy Swayman is going to be your goalie, if that's the guy that you're going to pay long-term, I do think eventually you're going to have to make a move here and see if he actually is the guy that you want to hitch your wagon to. And that's why I still lean towards Swayman. You're 100% right. Ullmark has been the better goalie of late. There's no doubt about that. But I think long-term, for the health of the franchise, if Swayman's going to be the guy that you're going to pay, and you're saying this is going to be our guy, and not only that, you're looking to move Ullmark this offseason, and one of the chips that you actually have on this roster, I lean towards Swayman. I'm with you. I don't want to see the goalie rotation in the postseason. I go with the guy that's actually going to be a part of this organization long term. The other thing I would kind of throw in there as well is if Ullmark doesn't necessarily play in the postseason, if you go with Swayman, is there a level of frustration all of a sudden with Ullmark that there hasn't been? And all of a sudden now he's more open to getting dealt to other organizations than what you've seen in the past as well. And for that reason right there, and also really just big picture, if I'm going to pay a goalie, what did Jay Stu's phone say? $7 million a year for Jeremy Swayman that people were talking about? If that's really the level of commitment that you're going to make to that goalie, well, let's see if he can actually perform come postseason time. And for that reason, I kind of lean towards Swayman in that situation. 617-779-0985 is your telephone number. So certainly going to have the Bruins on the table throughout the night. We're going to take you again till midnight as Joe Murray has bailed on the on opening night of the switch to midnight, Skaz. Very convenient by Joe. No question about it. Here we go. I saw him tweet it out today, too. Schedule change for the Joe Murray show all the way till midnight. Joe, you're gone at 6 o'clock, dude. What does that move?
Didn't even stick around for the baseball
Didn't
hour.
even stick around for the baseball. A little crossover? No. Busiest man in radio, though. He's doing he's doing Zooms with college classes before Felger and Maz yesterday, and then he's got another Felger and Maz appearance as well. So there you go. Nothing but love for Big Joe Murray as we go till midnight here. 617-779-0985 is your telephone number. All right, we got a lot to get to tonight on top of the Bruins as well. Look, when it comes to the Patriots. We've got draft talk. We also have an update on two former coaches for the Patriots and what they're up to as well that I want to get to. We're still doing in and out, correct, Skaz? We got in and out coming up next hour as well. And an interesting development when it comes to